Last time on Revisiting the Wheel of Time.
That editor really sucked. It really screwed. I was trying to make a zoom effect. Man, I don't know what I hate updates. So, but yeah, isn't a certain show coming to an end, like altogether, this week? A series finale. It's gonna be a series finale, right? Right.
God willing.
Yes. Good. So I figure, I wanted to read this, get this done before that series finale comes out. So that's kind of why I'm doing this now. So, but yeah, so Crown of Swords. So we, Leah, he ends up getting into a bit of a pickle where he goes into a building, I think, a ruined building, and the floor collapses under him, and he is lucky enough to grab a ledge. And the thing is, we don't know if there's a basement down there or if it's bottomless, but he ends up getting help from someone who's also wearing a black coat and someone who is just as tall as him, and he was just very mysterious, like, either, hey, I can't be here, you're going to ruin our plans if you die here, Althor, but I'm not going to fight your fight, you're not going to fight and kill Samael for you. So I have a theory who I think it might be.
There's a very short list based off the detail that gets dropped about who it could be, so let's hear your theory.
I think it's Osengar.
And now the conclusion.
What's up? Welcome back to the Wheel of Time Book Club. I'm your host, Brian, the Nerporial Lifeform himself. And I usually forget. I actually, you usually start off with reading like the epigraph. So what is it? All right, I'll just read this. On the heights, all paths or streams are paved with daggers. And old Sean Chan saying. So all right, there we go. That's my intro. So let's introduce everybody. So for the first time, I think since Fires of Heaven, we got Alex Green, the actual football player himself. He just went through a reverse watermelon man phase. Now he's white. What's up, buddy?
The Michael Jackson surgery was successful. Happy to report. And I'm just excited to be back, man. This is an underrated book in my opinion. So
yeah, I bullied Alex into coming back. I know, several streams I've been on with you, several streams I've listened with you, and you've talked quite a bit about, quite a bit about, Vietnam and all that. And this book is pretty much, these four, Fog of War chapters is pretty much Robert Jordan recalling, certain aspects of Vietnam. So I figure you'd be the perfect person to bring back for this. So yeah.
Yep, life on the sharp end. Big fan.
All right, but yeah, thanks for joining us. And then we got Lord Vader himself, Staple Bow, just graduated. Now he's an adult like the rest of us.
No, he's not.
Allegedly.
So how you been, man?
I've been doing pretty good. My leg's kind of messed up right now, so I've kind of been stuck inside. But gives me more time to read at least. So that's something.
It's just like Bart Simpson in that episode that apes Rear Window.
Rear Window. Yeah. That man's trying to kill me. Yeah, I remember that.
Staple Bow, who is your Grace Kelly, bud? That's what we want to know in this nice summer. Who is your Grace Kelly?
I'm too young to get that reference.
Oh.
I was saying that episode probably came out before he was born.
What
the movie did, and Grace Kelly obviously died before he was born, but that still
Grace Kelly died before all of us were born. She died in like 81. So
I think the Simpsons episode came out before he was born too.
The Simpsons came out. That episode came out when I was still watching it, and this was like the first 9 seasons, I think. It was the swimming pool one. It was one where they get the swimming pool. Hey, your epidermis is showing, buddy, and then Bart falls off and breaks his leg. That's how he breaks his leg.
It's like 9/11 happened before he was born. Before he was.
That is true. Yes.
Yeah, we're
like Obama was elected
old
before he was born.
Dane, you're old. What can I say?
Wait, what?
By the way, what's up, Dane? How you doing? The reason why we're all late right here.
Was it me?
Yeah.
You should have started without me.
No.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm kidding.
I don't know what I could add.
I pushed it back 10 minutes. I had some additional review to do. So, how you doing?
Okay. I'm doing good. Path of Daggers. I've got mixed views on it. I appreciate it a heck of a lot more in hindsight than I do at the time, because I get all the criticisms at the time that it came out. So we can discuss that. It's RJ holds up a lot better if you remove it from the context of him as it was being published.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I know there was a lot of things that were unanswered in this one. People waited like you guys said, people waited a couple years for this. Yep. This comes out and there's no there's a lot of stuff that's still unanswered from Crown of Swords, and heck, even from Lord of Chaos. 2 books I haven't seen Demandred in 2 books. So where is he?
Yep.
So hopefully we'll see him in Winter's Heart. I think.
And the other context is, in hindsight, Robert Jordan doesn't look bad compared to George R. R. Martin, who hasn't published in now
14 years. 14 years.
2011 July.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I remember I looked at all of his stuff. It took him 3 months to publish Dance with Dragons, and then
so what we can say is RJ, the book slowed down plot wise. They took twice as long as the first 6 and were half as long, but at least he published regularly until he died.
Yeah.
And that's something Martin can't claim. So
no, can't. I mean, even even his own death, Robert Jordan's death, here he had made sure to get those final chapters written, within 6 years. I think 2013 was when the final book got published.
Yeah.
And Jordan died in 2007. So there you go. So, So before I even go further, I wanted to say hello to the chat. So we have Max, we have Salty. What's up, buddy? I'm gonna meet him in a couple months at the Portland Comic-Con. So I can't wait.
Nice.
Yes, and so I've been to Philly. So now after that I'm going to Portland. So two great cities. I hope don't disappoint me. So hopefully. So. And we got Fidean. First 2 reads I hated Path of Daggers, and for some reason this third through I really enjoyed it. I didn't actually. I honestly like this book a lot more than I expected to. Maybe it's because of my expectations are at the bottom of the barrel right now. So I was able to take quite a few things away and kind of not expect as much as I was expecting with Fires of Heaven and The Shadow Rising. So
absolutely. I think from what you heard from all of us was in those earlier books probably hyped it up a little bit too much, and for Path of Daggers was a quintessential under promise but it over delivered for you.
That's perfect. Same with Crown of Swords. There was a lot of stuff in Crown of Swords I really liked. So obviously Mad and the Golem, I thought that was the boss fight I was hoping I would see with Mad and Couladin, but hey, I got something there. The Samael chase was great except for the very end, but I'm assuming there was, I still am assuming that Samael's alive, but he's in a state worse than death. He is one of Moradin's puppets just stowed away and nobody knows he's alive.
So, Brian, I can probably spoil this for you right now because you've read Path of Daggers, and because this is consistent with the reader timeline, but everybody was basically asking Robert Jordan at interviews and meetings or whatever, what's up with Samael. And it's in large part because they saw, oh, well, you reincarnated as Agenor and you reincarnated Bartholomew. Are you going to reincarnate Samael? Like, what happened with him there? Like, we have to know. And they basically said around this time, it's like, no, he's toast.
Mashadar is an apex predator.
Yeah. So in essence, what you're saying right now was what the fandom was asking right around the interview time of this book leading up to Winter's Heart. And Robert Jordan had to basically come out and clarify in an interview that Samael's gone. His soul got eaten. He's dead. He's not coming back.
It's interesting how, like, especially in Lord of Chaos, like, Samael wants to live to the last battle, to be the one to fight or the one to take on the Dragon Reborn. And that totally doesn't happen now. So yeah, I mean, like the rule, the typical rule, you don't see the death, you don't necessarily believe it until you see, until you see something, something like a smoking gun or something that makes it incontrovertible and all that. So, well, it obviously came from Robert Jordan, so yeah. I'll try to believe that. So yeah.
See, Max has a comment here that the paragraph or two could have used a rewrite because it really wasn't clear. I think that was done intentionally. I think, when you're in a fight, sometimes the guy 3 positions down shoots the guy you're fighting and poke your head back up, like ready to keep fighting. Like, oh no, you got him. Cool. Like, I'm still alive. He's not. Excellent. Let's move on.
You're my top guy, Mashadar.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's necessarily excellent literature, but I think in this, it could happen. It does happen. So that's kind of my defense of it.
Okay.
Yeah, literary wise, like, it's fine, and it holds up. It's just that he had pulled the rug out from under his readership with previous Forsaken, because here's the other thing we need to remember. For like 8 books now, what these books have basically done is had a Forsaken fight at the end of almost every one, except for Lord of Chaos and now Daggers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of been the build-up. And then when it gets revealed in like A Crown of Swords that some of the Forsaken you thought were dead weren't dead because they weren't killed with balefire, it's like, oh, okay, we got to repeat that. So there was a hyper focus on the Forsaken fight that happens at the end of a book, and because it wasn't explicit and Samael obviously didn't die via balefire, it was an open question in the fandom, and that's why Robert Jordan was getting peppered with questions about what happened there. That's all.
Yeah, and the book itself said balefire was the better fate than being sucked into Mashadar. So yeah. So I thought that was interesting. I wish the Leah stuff would have been. I think the Leah stuff, there was room for something interesting. Like there was something we didn't know about Shader Logoth. Maybe Mordeth wasn't alone there, or something like that. Maybe she was abducted. Like I was hoping for something more to it than what we got ultimately.
Kind of wish Leia would have tackled Samael or something into Mashadar or something like that.
That would have been interesting.
That would have been cool.
That would have been cool, actually.
And then would he have balefired both of them?
No, I just think
he couldn't. But he might have wrestled over the question, like, oh no, I need to save her. Let's say she shoves him into. I'm just speculating now, right? She shoves Samael into Mashadar. Mashadar's toast. There's no way to save her. or extract her out of then the Mashtar that's enveloping her? And does Rand dare balefy her and undo the shoving? Who knows? It could have been neat and interesting. Could have been a quandary, but anyways.
So I remember you said, I forget, wasn't there a point where two balefires hit each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They crossed the streams.
They crossed the streams.
Can't do that. It's Ghostbusters 101.
There was a makes me think there was a moment in one of the Gundam shows where they two blaster bolts like collide and just cause like this massive nuclear explosion. So that's what I was thinking when I was reading that. So do they ever go any further? Does that ever get explored further or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, it does. Interesting. Okay,
but,
good.
It's actually pretty dang important.
Brandon Sanderson has never had a meta magic question that he didn't want to masturbate over for 8 chapters. No, trust me, you're gonna get an answer there.
Okay. All right. And then I forget what else. Other than that, I don't know. I remember. I mean, much else from Crown of Swords. I guess we'll just dig into Path of Daggers right now. So, let's start with the prologue really quickly. So, one thing I was curious about, and I was wondering when they would come back, when they would get into the story. Well, all the nations. Is the Borderlands. So the Borderlands come together. They make this Klingon like pact where they're cutting each other with the blades and all that. Luckily, Quark's not there to scream, and sorry, I was thinking DS9. The episode where they go and the episode where they go and they make sure Jazzy is in Stovacore, whatever. But yeah, they all go and they make a pact, and I'm curious where this goes because we didn't get anything to follow this up in this book. So, is this going to be something that's going to come sooner or later?
Later.
If you have any questions as to whether something is going to come sooner or later,
it's going to be later.
It's probably going to be later.
Later, yeah. So we got to one thing I didn't really. I mean, this is just a nitpick on my part. Maybe it's because of the fact that Shinar was like the first Borderlands to be introduced to us and all that. I didn't like how the Saldeans in this kind of outshine them in this portion. So, but that's just me because I like the early books more.
Yeah, the thing about the Saldeans is they're kind of more relevant at this point, both with Davram Bashir and unfortunately Fadil.
Yeah.
So the Saldeans do get some play here. I'll be honest, I have never been super impressed with the payoff of the Borderlanders going to where they go. I kind of thought it was underwhelming, but yeah. So this prologue is not one of my favorite prologues, but there's a part in the Moradin part that is just love it.
Yeah, the Morden part's really good.
I hope you're noticing by now, Brian, that the prologues, as they kind of start in these last couple of books, is basically to check in with every secondary character for like a couple of pages. And because there are so many of them, the prologues are like 80 pages long.
Yeah, this one wasn't too long, but the one I'm reading currently, Winter's Heart, that is long.
It's like 100.
Winter's Heart one is long, and I looked at Crossroads of Twilight. That's even longer.
Yeah.
Hey,
so the other thing to note
prologue, don't worry.
is that
the Knife of Dreams prologue.
I'm looking forward to reading that. I'm looking forward to Knife of Dreams.
So those prologues started getting released as ebooks several months before the release of the actual novel.
Really?
So. Yeah, they were double charging for it, but that's also what prompted how long those prologues would be. But yeah,
so that's why Jordan wrote all that. Okay, that makes sense.
I was one of those suckers who bought Snow or Snows or whatever the Winter's Heart prologue is, like months before. Yes, I bought that before it got released, and I read it.
I don't honestly. I like that prologue more than I've liked this one. This one.
Yeah.
Right there. So. I gotta ask what is going on with the Varen one? Like, so she's trying to use like a special type of compulsion with one of her what was it, Angriel, with one of her Angriel to what's she trying to do to this Aes Sedai? She's one of the Elida ones, correct? Beldine or something.
Yeah. So what it kind of reveals is that Varen can, one, do compulsion, two, has an Angreal that isn't super powerful, but makes her kind of towards the top tier power level that any Aes Sedai can achieve. And what it later on goes is like when you look at who was a captive of Rand, but they go over to his side, which happens in later chapters, how much of that is independent thought and how much of that is Varen's manipulations.
Yes, and you're also supposed to wonder to yourself. So actually, I think there's a mention of her last big mistake.
Yes.
Which is you're supposed to catch up on, and then you're also supposed to say, wait a minute, that weave sounds kind of sketchy.
Yeah. I've noticed. So I'm curious where this Varen stuff is going. So, I'm curious. I'm curious what she's trying to do.
It's good that you're suspect of her because that'll lead to a good payoff at the end.
Yeah, Varen's a great character. I really like her.
Yeah, I mean, like, I liked her. I really liked her. She's I really liked her in The Great Hunt. And I liked how she was kind of like the character that expanded the world in ways. There were things to learn, like with the Dragon Reborn in particular. We learn about Teleron Riyadh from her. And she's the one that gives Egwene the stone ring, if I remember correctly, in the first place. And we learn that she has like a big scar from being hurt in Teleron Riyadh. So yeah, and then her chapter, her point of view chapter in Lord of Chaos was really interesting. I went through that really quickly. Like it was one of the better chapters I've read in the series so far. So I'm really curious where we're going with Varen. I'm surprised he didn't describe her like a bird, like he kept doing in Lord of Chaos. That's one thing I've noticed about Robert Jordan. Like he will keep using, he will repeat the same descriptive. He will use a lot of the same descriptions in a book, and then he'll forget those descriptions in like a later book. So like the whole bird thing with her was like I heard it nonstop. Same with the roofs in Dragon Reborn, slated roofs. I'm up to my ears in slated roofs. So
one thing that I would encourage you is when you find one of those things, note the POV, because in many times it's intentional. Who is observing what? So a lot of times the Two Rivers kids note the slate roofs because in the Two Rivers they're broken, poor, and backwater, and everything is thatch. Mm-hmm. So they're like, "Ooh, we're in a big city. They have like slate roofs."
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of characterization there, kind of in what they observe. Honestly, the most famous one is bosoms. Everybody talks about how in Wheel of Time everybody's like observing bosoms. And if you actually go back and pay attention to it,
it's Matt.
No, Matt is observing bosoms. Elaine is a little bit, and everybody else is totally like doesn't comment on the bosoms at all.
Yeah, if you autistically go through chapter by chapter where the bosom references are, Alex is 100% correct.
We've done the research.
It's been a bad influence on me too. I've been using the word bosom a lot more myself thanks to Robert Jordan. So
that's not a bad influence. That's a positive one. Because you're
banger one to drop at the bar. There's a healthy bosom.
Healthy.
Buy a drink for the woman who actually bosom at the far end of the bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'll yell at you about that off screen. Moradin.
Yeah.
Generational hater.
Yes.
He's so pissy. I love it.
He's my favorite villain. So
so he's playing this chess game, right?
It's stone. Yeah, it's. I've never. Have you any of you played Stones? Because I mean, that's basically what this is. I've never played Stones.
So I think Stones more regularly is Go.
Yeah,
which
Go.
Is and what Moradin is playing is more akin to chess.
He's playing
than Go. Yeah.
And he's getting mad because the king piece in Shara is the Fisher King, which, if you know your Arthurian legends, is Arthur. And Rand is reincarnated Arthur. So he's getting mad because the game that he's playing has reincarnated Rand in it.
So justified crash out, okay?
Oh, okay. Interesting.
But he gets, and here's a key clue, and probably the best part of that whole internal dialogue with Moradin is when he, gets mad at the game, but then starts laughing because he's playing both sides.
Mm-hmm.
And it's impossible to lose a game when you're playing both sides of the board.
So is that just basically it just basically means he's got people, No,
it's deeper, and it goes back to the Balefire. And we'll reveal it all when the shoe drops for you.
So it's not like you have Erengar inside the the Aes Sedai camp. You have, well, as soon as we found out, I think one of the Ashaman, Ashaman's compromised. Apparently, there's more. There's more people compromised. So I was curious if that's what it meant. So you're saying it's
deeper than that.
It's deeper than that. Okay.
It is in many ways both my favorite and my least favorite thing about Moradin.
Okay.
Max has a good comment here.
Let's see. Dragon Reborn be playing checkers while Moradin be playing 3D chess. Not 4D chess. Not 4D chess. 3D chess is in Star
Easy
Trek.
Easy game. 4D chess.
4D chess. Okay. So, all right. So prologue is all right. So we pretty much covered the prologue. So let's cover the Tarvalon. So Elida. Let's see how is Elida doing? So what happened last time with Elida? So Alviarn started threatening Elida, basically saying, I because of the fact that you sent Tovann and you didn't know, I could have them steal you or something. I forget what the exact threat was. But it was that, and it was the bungling of Lord of Chaos Dumai's Wells. Yeah. So now Elida is basically Alviarn's puppet, I guess now. Now she's like signing, she doesn't do anything without Alviarn's approval.
Yeah, yes. She's like Joe Biden.
Autopen. Didn't even know the Evans to say it. Jeez.
Is there a Terangriel Autopen? That's what I thought.
Right. Yeah. It's fucking. These two women are just the fucking worst.
It's just Dumb and Dumber in there.
Is Alviarn? I mean, I know Elida's dumb, and what's funny is everybody is like pointing this out. Like, I like how one thing I like about this book is how Elida's support is unraveling. Like, just
multiple disasters. Those are stuff.
Yeah,
people she sent to the Black Tower, and
I just read the Tovann section of Snow, so I have a good. So yeah, like everybody wants to bring down Elida, and she's just like I like how she's already kind of had, because of Alviarn, she's already had her come up, and it's like she's whimpering in her pillow. It's too bad we can't really see. It's a good thing we didn't get this far in the show. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. What's her name doing that? I can't imagine.
Shaduga Booga Luka
Shoria Agadashlu. I can't imagine her doing that. So all I can imagine her saying to Alviarn is "fuck you, Alviarn." Like she was in The Expanse. So, But yeah, I'm trying to remember what else was there. Oh yeah, she got a big smack in the face for trying to like, hey, are you holding out on me? Are you holding out on me, Elida? What the fuck is going on? What are you doing? So
yeah, the everything about the LVR and Elida interaction is just so funny. They're both fuming at the other one while both being just like twirling mustache evil. But Elida's like not even working for the Dark One. Like it's just the most. Like...
He's just so stupid. Yeah. So I know what happens to Elida, kind of. I kind of know like her ultimate fate. I don't know what happens to Alviarin though. So I have to. So I've kept myself on. I've kept that for myself. I made sure not to find out.
The only kind of explanation that I've heard based on people who like try and justify how stupid Elida gets on rereads is that she, more than any Aes Sedai, was influenced by Padden Fane with the dagger.
Mm-hmm. Right, so because all the time they spent together. Yeah.
It's
so to the point where she's super paranoid and mistrustful of people, etc. Yeah, but does it explain how she's so dumb?
No,
not really. So that it's a problem, right? Because as constantly gets pointed out these days, is like if you make your villains stupid, you don't elevate your characters when they overcome said villains. You just have made your main characters defeat someone who is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And there's somewhat minor spoilers, but we know that Egwene is fully aligned to take over Elida's position as Amyrlin, right? They're competing Amyrlins. This fight is coming to a head.
Mm-hmm.
And the simple fact that Egwene ultimately doesn't defeat Elida in an afternoon makes Egwene look like a fucking retard.
This is true. And LVR similarly getting functionally blowing up her own plans is these two are just not bright, and it's
Dumb and Dumber.
They're funny.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Gadfly's on point right here. So
what is this the one where she's trying to build her Tower of Babel?
Yeah,
I think that's
been going on for a while. I think
okay.
It happened. I think that was in the last book, but yeah, I think it's still going on. So
it's a work in progress.
I'm curious if that pays off. Probably not.
No.
It's really just to show that she's a vain, like narcissistic psychopath.
Shit would top over.
Like they don't even start building it right. They get the foundation for it.
They build the model, and then the model was like, anyways, yeah.
And Elida said, "What is this? A school for ants?" I assume.
It has to be at least 3 times as big.
Yeah, 3 times. So, I forget what the agenda is. I'm not even sure I really care what the Elida agenda was. I just know that she has to sign shit, and Alviarin's just like, I'm gonna be gone. You better not be holding out on me, bitch. And aren't all the sitters like getting together and like and talking behind their backs or something like that? So
yeah, all the sitters are like, oh my god, we made a terrible mistake. Elida's a
swan for this
walking moron. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So I got a question. There is a question. So we get to see another Alviarin reports the Blofeld. I mean Masana chapter or moment right here. So I'm curious where this is gonna go. In the last book, Masana teaches Alviarin how to travel, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So I'm curious. I'm going to bring this up later. I'm curious if something like this happened in a particular moment during one of the Egwene chapters. I'll bring that up when we get to Egwene, which should be pretty soon, actually. So,
Right.
but they're talking about like I think Masana wants to know what the Aja heads are talking about or something, I think. And then this is where, according to this, Alviarin Masana's not all omniscient. She's not all knowing. She's not. I thought the Forsaken are not all knowing after all. So what's her secret identity? Who is she? Who is she in the tower? So, so I'm curious where this is going to go, honestly. So,
and what's your one clue that you get?
What was it? She wears like a particular dress, if I remember correctly.
With a particular color.
With pattern. Wasn't it pattern too? Particular pattern.
Brown.
Yeah.
It was brown. Dun dun dun.
Yeah. Dun dun dun. So we'll see where that goes. So we catch up again with Ciane and what's her name, Pivara. So I'm kind of liking Pivara quite a bit. Ciane is very
Wait, Alex, what are you doing, bud?
Alex,
the jerk off motion.
He's not wrong.
Oh my god, it's Pivara. God, fuck. I don't even hate Pivara. I fucking hate Brandon Sanderson's Pivara.
You hate the other character Pivara hangs out with later. So.
That too. So, Brian, one of the big gripes that the fandom has about Path of Daggers kind of going forward is just we see it again, the introduction of brand new characters and a brand new plot line that takes up 3 to 5 chapters of a book, which is sizable, but all it does is slow the story down. And within itself, within Path of Daggers, it doesn't really advance the plot or the larger plot at all. And I hate to say it, kind of in the broader scheme of things too, the Black Aja hunters in the White Tower don't really advance the plot at all.
interesting. So they don't really, because
you ever see those TikTok videos of the girl boss in tech? This is my day in working for Google.
Yeah.
That is basically what the Black Aja hunters in the White Tower do. Oh my God, I woke up at 9:30 and then I got to work and then we started interviewing people and then we didn't find anybody. Like I don't mean to say it doesn't matter, but there's a plot element that comes forward that basically replaces all of their work later on.
Yeah.
Like I actually wonder if like Dane, how do when does the book get found?
No. When does the Black Aja within the tower get found out? It has nothing to do with Pivara, Ciane, or anybody else. It's basically it's a side plot to this. Like it involves different characters, and it'll come out. But all the Black Aja in the White Tower getting their comeuppance, Ciane and Pivara and their cabal had virtually nothing to do with that.
Really?
Okay.
Because I did read, I read. What's funny is this ends with this ends at a certain point, and then we get a little bit more of this in the prologue of Winter's Heart, and it just ended the same way. Like, oh, this person's a Black Aja. Oh no, there's Black Aja everywhere. Everybody. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna vomit. Like there you go. Ciane vomits. That's how the section of Winter's Heart ends. So.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't go anywhere.
The dumber thing too is when this all gets pointed out, like when within Path of Daggers, and they're able to get to Talene, right? So they find a Black Aja member.
Yeah,
and it's just like if this was an ongoing threat, and you thought the Black Aja was there, why not have your Aes Sedai swear their oaths annually in front of everyone? Like. that could be an easy step, right? To kind of prevent and do it publicly. So it's I'm just bitching at this point, but I never liked this plot and the fact that it paid off for nothing and it took up large chunks of these books that I waited years for. That's part of the reason why there are negative sentiments toward Sid books.
Towards the what books? Towards these books?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also like the one bit of humor in it is that Elida was trying to get her to do something else.
She was trying to find treason. She was trying to find treason, and hopefully it would lead to Alviarin. And she hit the jackpot because what is Alviarin? She did
the one competent thing she did was accidental.
So I mean, my expectation of how this pays off is they report to her, or well, apparently they're not going to report to her because they're too afraid to now. I was expecting them to tell her, "Hey, we think there's Black Aja here," and then she just dismissed them. Like, no, you're lying. You're full of crap. There's no Black Aja.
Who told you to go for Black Aja, idiot?
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking. And Elida just like. Nothing happens. Elida just dismisses it. Like she dismisses like, oh, there's no Forsaken. There's no this. There's no Sean Chan. Doesn't she dismiss like the Sean Chan too?
Or she's like, oh,
she's like, I think she's like they're not.
Damani and Suldam are obviously fake. How would you ever control an Aes Sedai? That's stupid.
Yeah.
Elida basically spends the entire series just like denying that things exist right up until they come back and bite her in the ass.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like, and I can't wait for this to end. I'm sick of her. I'm already sick of her. And I know she's going to be around for several more books. So, oh well, I'm getting close. I got 6 books left. I got 6 books left to read. So, so now we go to Tovann. So. Wasn't Tovann like sent out in like during Lord of Chaos, basically?
I think it was either Lord of Chaos or Winter's Heart, not Winter's Heart, kind of swords. To go and to go and kill to gentle those guys at the Black Tower and then and then hang them and then execute them. Well, that didn't happen. They got ambushed. Tovann and her tower guard get ambushed by a whole bunch of Ashaman. And look who's there. Look who we haven't seen in over a couple of books now. I think it's been a couple of books. Logain. So Logain takes her and he bonds her. He bonds her to himself. Yep.
Bro, what is this?
Logain's a stud.
Yeah, and then I love how it's described, like the feeling where I'm reading this. I'm like, she's like, oh, it feels like honey. I feel like I'm being poured into honey and all that. I was like, oh no, she got bonded. So, like, I remember we made a big deal about Alana bonding Rand and Lord of Chaos. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Does anybody really care that Logain bonds Tovann or something?
Fuck no. She was there to kill his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. None of the Ashaman care because the Aes Sedai were literally there to kill all of them. So why should they give a crap?
But does that justify, rape?
Just wait. The real
you'll see the consequences.
The real extra stuff happens with another Aes Sedai. But yeah, no. So honestly, if you had a crazy lady, like you're from Chicago, you probably deal with this every day. If you had like a mad 300-pound black woman coming at you with a giant dagger wanting to kill you, and you had a magical ability to be like, hey, stop that. And it worked, wouldn't you do it?
But also not a 300-pound black lady, but also like,
140 wrong part of the city.
140-pound decent looking lady, but in order to stop her, you have to be married to her. Like, drop the hammer, dog. No, I'll be honest, my first exposure to Wheel of Time to YouTube, like had never really watched a video before, was Lesby Nerdy saying that this was as bad as Alana bonding Rand.
Wait, what?
Yes. And I was like, wow, this fandom is fucking cooked.
That's a bold choice, Con. Let's see how it pays off.
For him.
I was like, wow, you people are nuts.
No, even I don't agree with that.
She came to fucking murder all of them.
Listen,
Yeah.
And Alana bonded Rand to be like, I want to control you.
Yes. The alternative was fucking firing her ass.
Oh.
Yeah. Whereas Alana
it's a real shame Robert Jordan isn't alive to basically put these people down.
What was with the hammer of Thor, or the hammer of God, or something?
Hammer of God.
Hammer of God.
Hammer of God. Okay. So yeah. So I already read Tovein's portion of the prologue in Winter's Heart. So I'm curious where this whole Black Tower Ashaman thing is going to go. Seems like there's division in the Black Tower. So apparently Logain has people following him, and then of course there's Mazrin Time, Mihail. Is it Mihail or is it Mihail?
I say Mihail.
I forget.
How on the nose do you want it?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
It's really on the nose. It's Mihail.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, so I'm curious. I'm curious where I think that I really enjoyed the Ashaman portions of this book, so I can't wait to get to that, especially with Rand. So, one thing I thought
we spend so much time with fucking Pavara and not with the Ashaman is a tremendous failure in this series.
Oh yeah. What in upcoming books, basically?
Yeah, just overall in the series, like we have the White Tower Nancy Drew mysteries, or we have battle school of dudes learning to blow up each other's faces. Like, why are we spending time with Nancy Drew when we have battle school going on?
Why are we spending so much time with Elaine and Egwene when we could be spending it with Matt or Rand or something? So yeah, I'm with you there. So I figure now there's a single chapter about the Forsaken here that I thought was interesting. Well, it's not just Forsaken. Apparently, there's also a Cat Swain section here too. So apparently, Grendel doesn't know who Moradin is, and we get a visit. So apparently she's basically she's once again sowing chaos in her region, which is, if I remember correctly, Arad Doman, right? Arad Doman is where she hangs out. She pretends she's like this disabled noblewoman or something.
Yep.
So apparently we get the first time I hear the name Rodel Iturralde. I think that's how you pronounce it. Rodel Iturralde is one of the captains, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Rodel Iturralde. There are 4 great captains left alive because Pedro Nile is dead, but the others are Lord Agomar, who you should know, Davram Bashir, who is with Rand, and Gareth Bryn.
Yeah. So okay, so yeah, we haven't met him yet, and I'm taking. Are we going to meet him soon, or is it going to be like much later?
He's the star of. Is he in the Winter's Heart prologue, or does he first show up in the Crossroads prologue?
I think he's Winter's Heart.
I think it.
If he's not in what you're about to read, Brian, he is one of those prologue characters that we're saying, where it's like the prologue is let's touch bases with all these secondary characters and see what they do. but he has got some great early moment parts in Crossroads as well as Knife of Dreams.
Yeah, I checked his Crossroads where he first
Crossroads. He's in the prologue. He's got a puberty.
Yeah,
Nice.
and the knife the Knife of Dreams prologue with Rodel is it's magisterial.
Magisterial.
You'll like it.
It's not even my favorite part of that prologue.
No, it's not. The Knife of Dreams prologue?
I said it's not even my favorite part of it.
Oh, gotcha. I was going to say, there's no way that's your favorite part of that prologue.
I guarantee you and I have the same favorite part of that prologue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to read it. I can't wait to read that, and I can't wait to read Knife of Dreams.
What he ends up representing is like real world non-magic battles, tactics, warfare, right?
Mm-hmm.
That only someone who is literate in past war could write scenes and battle plans like this.
If
so
you
you
ever,
like it from that. The reason I don't like Rodel Ituralde as a character going forward is because of Sanderson and what Sanderson does with him, because Sanderson sucks.
If you ever wanted to see Star Wars from the point of view of one of those guys in the orange jumpsuits, like just like a regular everyday soldier who's never seen or met a Jedi, that's what Rodel Ituralde is in this series.
A guy that's never met.
He thinks in what he understands. He doesn't like plot stuff out with like, oh, I'm gonna win this battle with magic kind of thing. He is just the smartest general with what the military knowledge is of the time.
Yep. Oh, I see.
He's pretty much always an underdog as well. So.
Oh, okay, interesting. So, so yeah, I can't wait to read more of him. But to keep going forward, Grendel has a visit from Megiddian and a new character named Sindane.
Yeah.
And apparently we find out earlier that Moradin has two of those mind traps.
Yeah.
Those mind traps, those Corsuvras. I forget. Doesn't Corsuvra mean like in French, like the heart, basically? Isn't it like open the heart? Your heart's open, or something. Whatever.
It's supposed to be Old Tongue, not French, but I get where it comes from.
I looked it up. I looked it up earlier. I looked it up like a few weeks ago. So apparently Samael is dead, according to this.
Mm-hmm.
And the chat.
I don't necessarily believe that, but that's what the book says.
But that's what I'm telling you here is like at the same time as this coming out and people always bringing it up, like you've resurrected Forsaken in the past, Robert Jordan. What happened with Samael? At this point, he was just fed up. So he said right around the Path of Daggers release, like, no, he's dead. He's toast. That was his official quote. So Samael's not coming back.
Yeah. So we have Sindane and Grendel or Sindane and Megiddian, and they're like, hey, you've been summoned. You've been summoned by Moradin. And she's like, who the fuck is Moradin? So yeah, and then I think she tries to. I think there's actually a really quick fight, or she weaves compulsion on them, and tries to get them to admit why they're there, and they're there for exactly that reason. And then of course we get Shader Haran. Shader Haran shows up and tells her, hey, you have to go and obey Moradin. Or things are not going to go your way, or you're gonna end up like them, or something like that. So, yeah. So I think that's all we got. I think that's really all we got. The Forsaken. So, other than Moradin killing, Moradin kills a guy. Moradin kills a guy by getting really by. I think he loses Avienda or something. He sees Avienda and he loses her. Yeah. She's like, because she's dismantling the
the
gateway.
Okay, that's later. It's
Yeah.
good that you've clued in that the guy who's observing Avienda is Moradin, because that's correct.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of it was pretty much confirmed. I like how she thought it was not him. She thought it was the Golem. And what's funny is we get another section. We got a really quick section with the Golem, and the Golem sees the body that Moradin kills, and he starts to eat. He starts to eat the corpse and all that. So we didn't see the Golem for the rest of it. So it was like, okay, is the Golem going to stay in Ebodar and try to get revenge on Matt, or is it going to leave Ebodar and go after Elaine and the Aes Sedai? So we haven't seen the Golem since. So I'm taking it's the former. I'm taking it that the Golem stays in Ebodar and wants to kill Matt for hurting it in the first place.
A bit of read and find out. You just got to keep in mind that the Supergirls moved faster than the Golem could, right? Because they can travel.
Yeah,
and we don't see any Matt stuff in this book, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
that's my prediction right there. So
yeah. All right.
So what else was I gonna do? Okay, Egwene. Let's do Egwene. Let's get Egwene out of the way.
Can we put a 5-minute timer on this and just like after we hit 5 minutes, like we don't have to talk about her anymore?
Sure. So Egwene is hanging out, and Gareth Bryn says, "Hey, she has a dream. I'll bring up the dream really quickly. So she has a dream. Perrin and a tinker, and I'm assuming this tinker is Aram, are cutting their way through bushes and shrubbery and brambles, and there's a cliff. So they're walking into a trap or something like that. So,
oh no,
yeah. So we'll see where that goes. Maybe it has something to do with the prophet. I don't know. And then, of course, Matt has 2 Aes Sedai on a huge set of scales. So I'm curious about this one. I have no idea. I have honestly no idea. Unless that one Aes Sedai that was in the palace that was pulling on him in the last book. Remember they're all fighting over him or something. Or the Red Aja one, the one that was sent by Elida, the 2 that were sent by Elida.
Yeah,
I'm curious what happened to them. I'm curious what happened to them, especially with the Seanchan invading Ebodar. So
you'll find out.
So maybe those are the 2 Aes Sedai. I forgot their names.
Jolene and Teslin.
Yeah. So that's why I'm either that or someone else. I don't know. So you got that, and then of course, Halima is being Halima, and Suwan is being Suwan, and Gareth Bryn shows up. When Gareth Bryn shows up, I get a little bit more interested in what's going on here. So apparently, there's an army ahead of them. So they're, I think if I remember correctly, they're in Murundi right now, and there's an army from Andor ahead of them, and the army does not want them to cross into Andor. So what happens? Well, she calls a meeting because that's what the Aes Sedai do. They always call meetings. And you have your Alexander Hamilton, Thomas Jefferson, aka Romanda, and what was the other one? Lelaine.
Lelaine.
Okay, so Lelaine, and they're like, okay, you can't do anything.
Actually, I'm sorry. Let me stop you right there. Which 2 politicians did you just use?
Thomas Jefferson and Alexander Hamilton.
This is more like Nancy Pelosi and Hakeem Jeffries.
Okay,
I was going to say, has Hamilton done such damage to the American culture that people now think Alexander Hamilton was Thomas Jefferson's rival and not John Adams?
Oh snap! Maybe you're going over everybody's head.
I'm thinking George Washington's term. I don't know. I'll have to re-educate myself.
Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr was, Aaron Burr killed
Hamilton,
and then he started his own little. He's tried to didn't he try to take over Southwest? Like they tried to. All right, we're going to talk.
He
about
did a lot of shady stuff after.
Yeah, he
Aaron
tried
Burr.
to start Texas, didn't he?
Hamilton deserved it.
Yeah,
Getting fed.
federal bank. That
Alex is only
Yeah,
saying
federal
that
is-
because Lin-Manuel Miranda made a play of that.
I hated Alexander Hamilton before he was gay and Puerto Rican. Okay, like,
do you think being adapted by being in a Broadway musical is a fitting punishment for Hamilton?
no, because there's some good. We're off topic, Brian.
I kind of want to rewatch 1776 now. If you want to go musical,
if you want a political rivalry to encapsulate Lelaine versus Ramonda, I think you can go no further than like Hillary Clinton and Hillary Clinton.
I'm trying to think what would it be, because like they've lost, so like they're clearly the losing party. So this would be like if Hakeem
it's like Hillary Clinton and Hillary Clinton.
Yes, but like neither one of them are relevant nationally, so it would be like
it's like Hillary Clinton and Hillary Clinton.
I don't. Yeah, I was thinking like Hakeem Jeffries and AOC.
No.
Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton.
Gadfly and Max are ruining my plan. I'm trying to run out the clock on Vin's 5 minutes here.
All right. Okay. So,
Brian, I love your hat, by the way.
What? Oh, this
Mario hat.
He's just trying to stall.
I got
this. Like Wayne sucks. We got to move on from this, Brian.
Yeah, we definitely got to move on from this. So, all right. So, so there's a point where apparently some of the servants disappear. Some of the servants ran away, according to according to Gwen's main servant. I was like, okay, if they ran away, that means Aaron Gar had some lunch, and she ate them and buried the bodies basically. And because it's snowing now, even though a certain bowl of the winds got used already. We'll get to that later. But there's snow, and so they're burying everyone because there's snow on the ground. So, but okay, so there's a point where they're like, okay, Lelaine and Ramonda are like, hey, when you're handling when we get to the army, I will do all the talking. And if you don't, well, we're gonna ruin you. I'm gonna ruin you. And then Lelaine's like, I'm gonna do the same thing. Except Lelaine is nicer about it, though. So the fact that Lelaine is nicer about it, I think she is the one that puts the shield on Sheriam. So there's something that wasn't answered yet. So Sheriam was attacked in her room, and shielded by an unseen person, and asking what Egwene was up to. So. It's either Lelaine, or maybe, and this is a long shot. Maybe Alviarin used the gateway, and came and asked, and then left. I don't know. I know it's a long shot.
You're so fucking wrong.
I'm so wrong. Okay.
You got to wait on this one, man. I don't know if you have the necessary pieces to put this
he
one
kind of
together.
does, but he drew the total wrong conclusions. It'll be so obvious.
That was just an idea. That was just an idea. I was thinking about it.
Big fat dick that hits him in the face when he reads it again.
Yep. This is one of those that on the reread you're like, ow.
Obviously.
So
balls without balls. I should have seen that. That slaps, except there's no dick.
Okay. So we get to the big thing. We get to the big moment when they come across the armies. She basically says, "Hey, what's your problem?" Well, you guys are coming in and you guys are going to fight the Black Tower, and we don't want to be in the middle of your fucking war. Like, oh, don't worry, we're not going to the Black Tower. We're here to fight Elida. She's the fake, she's the usurper and all that. And she kind of just started talking with she just addressed them herself before Ramonda and Lelaine could do anything. And then after that, she when they have the final meeting, she calls to them a question before they can bring up business and say, hey, we're gonna remove. What would they do to her? What would they say they would do to her? Remove her? What would they do?
Call a vote in the tower to remove her from the Amerlin seat for usurping the power of the hall. Who cares?
So she calls the question before they can do that. She says, "We're going to war, and I'm calling the shots, bitch."
Mhm.
And we're gonna go to war in 1 month because that's what
she assumes wartime powers.
Yes.
emergency
she's
powers.
basically fucking Hitler, who used the
I was thinking
enabling act.
Enabling act.
No, it's the enabling act from fucking Weimar Germany that Hitler used to basically assume all wartime powers. That's exactly what Egwene is doing here. There's no difference to it.
So Egwene is Hitler, basically.
Yeah, Egwene is Hitler.
Don't be ridiculous. Hitler had a couple of good ideas. I'm referring purely to economics and family development, not the other thing.
Brian, make sure you put that clip in your next book club at the start.
All right, I'll remember this. Okay.
There are no Jews in Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time.
Remind me to talk to you off camera.
I would have thought like the okay, never mind. We're not going to go. I'm not going to go there.
No.
So apparently we meet Telmanis. Telmanis comes back, and Telmanis is like, I think Matt's alive. I feel like I'm being pulled towards Ebadar. So we're going to leave you. We're going to leave you, and we're going to stay here in Murandy for a while. And she's like, okay. Don't fight any wars. Come back when we need you or something. So they leave. What I was
thinking as well, Alex.
Yeah, they leave, and then skip to the end. You know, they like, we're going to war with Elida, to war, and then after that, you know, they go through the gate, and they're in Tower Valon now. They're right by frickin' what do you call it? They're right by what is it, Dragonmount? Yeah, they're right by Dragonmount now. So
yep.
So yeah, so okay, that's Egwene. Hopefully that didn't take too long. Okay, it took probably longer than it should have. So
yep.
So all right, so now that we're done with Egwene, let's go to Perrin.
All right.
So what does Perrin Perrin, where do we last leave off of Perrin? Perrin gets into a big fight with Rand, and Rand basically expels him. But he doesn't really expel him. He basically sends him to go and deal with Steve.
Just a fake fight.
Yeah. So Perrin is supposed to go and deal with Steve, because Steve is just fucking everything up. He's making a mess. He's making a mess of the Wheel of Time world. You know, Steve. You know, the Prophet of the Dragon, our buddy. Miss you, buddy.
Hate Steve.
What's funny was when we got to the final chapter, and Massima's in the picture, I was just thinking a bald Steve with a little bit of Marlon Brando, like talking like Marlon, like crazy Marlon Brando, Colonel Kurtz.
I was gonna say, yeah, Apocalypse.
Yeah, I mean from reading from reading him in Fires of Heaven, I just got nothing but like a Marlon Brando, you know. The only difference was he was fat, and that's why they had him shot in the dark, because he was fat as hell. He was fat as shit. Massima to me is Colonel Kurtz, basically. Just crazy.
Massima to me is either Lee Pace or Willem Dafoe. Because the one thing that's always consistent about Massima is just like the lunatic eyes.
Maybe probably Willem Dafoe then.
With or without thumbs?
I'm not getting the reference.
Oh, well, you haven't seen The English Patient. Anyways.
I have not. Okay.
Oh, that's the one. Isn't that the movie that Elaine is forced to go to in Seinfeld? Yeah.
11 times.
11 times. You haven't seen The English Patient? Who hasn't seen The English Patient? Sorry. Yeah, I remember. I remember. I didn't see it, but I remember hearing about it all the time. So
that's like the one movie in Seinfeld that wasn't a fake movie, like Rochelle.
Or Sack Lunch. I saw English Patients 5 times. Go and you go, Elaine. Go and see your Sack Lunch. I love that. I love that show.
Fadian is talking about what our backstage conversation was at the beginning. There's a lot of parent slander that happens in these books that deservedly should go to Elaine.
I agree. I
Hey,
agree.
pop culture minefield.
Who are you? All right, so apparently, so they go in, and apparently they're trying to meet up with Alejandra. She was the queen that was basically trying to get the prophet's permission to do stuff in her own kingdom in Fires of Heaven. So they're trying to get an audience with her, and what happens? I mean, what actually happens? So there's a point where they catch up with someone named Magdan, and Leany and Talonvor
Basil Gill.
Basil Gill,
the Morgaze crew.
Yeah, so Morgaze is dead. So Magdan, I guess they picked up Magdan on the way because she's clearly not Morgaze, because
clearly
she runs away from Perrin, and Perrin have to like tackle her or something like that.
Save me from this. Oh.
If I remember correctly,
she's a simple country woman, Dane. What do you expect?
Yeah, that's exactly how a simple country woman would sound.
Now, if I remember correctly, this is a badass parent section. We're just like, look, if I see one more trophy, we're just hanging everybody. Like, I am done.
Oh no, he finds people with fucking ear trophies around their neck, and he saves one of them to give Massima a message and hangs the rest.
Yes,
right.
Oh, he's so cool.
That was really good. And what else is developed here? So Bulwer becomes Perrin's secretary. So he goes from being Pedro Niles' spy master. So now he's going to be Perrin's spy master, I hope.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds really crazy.
You mean Perrin's secretary?
Or Perrin's secretary?
Brian, at the end of the day, that this is somewhat what's underwhelming about this is that so Bulwer is the good font of information, and he was for Pedro Nile, and all these books kind of leading up to it, where he kind of knew. So Pedro Nile had what's his nuts as a fake spy master, and no one knew that Bulwer was the real shit.
Yep.
The disappointing part about Bulwer going forward, he assumes this role for Perrin, but although good, and it helps Perrin in the quest going forward in the next couple books, the ultimate payoff, which I think a lot of us book readers were expecting from Robert Jordan that didn't happen with Brandon Sanderson, was that Bulwer would have provided the payoff in a later book in a very meaningful way, right? Where what Bulwer conveys is able to give Perrin an insight on like a Forsaken or a big shadow move or whatever, and save the day just because of what he was able to piece together. So interesting character, but the sad thing about Bulwer and all this setup involving him is that the payoff isn't there, in my view.
See, I really like Bulwer in
I also like Bulwer.
Winter's Heart. He's in Crossroads of Twilight. Even he, I see what you're saying, that there isn't really a big like touchdown moment, but like some of the character stuff is hysterical, and Bulwer, like Perrin being like, Bulwer is pretty useful as a secretary.
Right. This is where I'm going. Is because he's so good like he's a high point in the next couple of books, especially around all the parent chapters. The fact that there isn't a big payoff to all of it, I felt was a bit of a letdown.
I got you. See, nothing. One of the funniest things in those sections is like Bulwer trying like, "Hey, Perrin, word on the street is that something's happening," and Perrin going, "Huh? Bulwer really does have his ear to the ground, doesn't he?" Like, Bulwer apparently just like never really tells Perrin like what he was doing, like for Pedro Nile, and Perrin's just like, "Huh, I really like that guy. He's a good guy."
I don't think
This was a smart guy.
No, but Bulwer never admits that he was working for Pedro Nile, right? He admits that he was working for a noble lord, like an obscure one.
Yes.
Right. But anyway, Bulwer is full of good ideas throughout everything, and like what parents should be looking for. Nose to the grindstone. But the sad thing is when Perrin's storyline converges with the rest of the main characters and Perrin like reunites with Rand, this all comes later. Bulwer falls to the wayside. He has no great insight. There's no big kind of revelation that's like devoted to him or solely coming from him. He doesn't change the course of any direction. And with the amount of stuff that happens with Bulwer in the next couple of books, I felt that was warranted. Right? You don't do all that setup not to give us payoff.
And so this is pretty much a Sanderson, one of the Sanderson thing. It's
Sanderson dropping the ball. So it's one of those things where, again, I say, like, if Robert Jordan had finished was able to finish his series, he wouldn't have finished him in 3 books. Right? It wouldn't have got done as quick as it was, even though he died, etc. And so it had to come. But it would have been done different, and I think there would have been a better payoff involving all this Bulwer stuff. That's what I think.
There's a little payoff. It's a field goal, not a touchdown, though.
I see.
I agree with that.
So isn't Bulwer the one?
Conversion.
Isn't Bulwer the one that basically locates Messima for them at the end of if I remember correctly, at the end of this book? He's like, he's in this town, or.
But that's a minor payoff in like comparison to everything that he's able to do for Perrin, as far as like from this, but the subsequent books, and being like the font of information and conveying the decisions, like conveying the information that gives Perrin the right decision time and time again. That's the disappointing thing.
Once you understand that Sanderson is a giant dork, and like you understand.
Well, I mean, I've heard,
Bulwer's payoff is kind of cool if you're a giant dork. Only a giant dork would think what Bulwer did is kind of a big payoff. But I do think he tried. He's just a dork.
All right, really quickly, I want to thank Miss Martin Muses for the 99-cent super sticker. She is catching up to me in the read, so she's already finished Crown of Swords. So I need to stay a couple of books ahead of her. So that's why I've been reading a lot more. That's why I'm already reading Winter's Heart. So yeah, the point is to finish the slog this summer and then finish the series before year end. So that's my goal. And thank you once again. So, all right.
Tell you what, man, I will tell you this. If you are done with Crossroads by the end of September, you're going to finish this year.
Yeah. My goal is to get it done by the end of August. So, yeah.
Crossroads? Because you got Winter's Heart next.
Yeah. So.
He's going good through Winter's Heart from what he's been saying.
Yeah, I'm already 10%. I'm almost done with the prologue, and that's over 10% of the book.
10% of the book.
Yeah,
and it's mostly Elaine stuff too.
Yeah, well, I got through that Elaine portion. That Elaine portion took a big part of the.
She got naked.
She got naked. Some time got to look at her ass, or sorry, her hips. Got a good look at her hips, and she got born again. So yeah,
perfect.
We got Alan here. What's up, Alan?
Hey.
Oh,
how late am I? An hour and a half?
So we got through the prologue, we got through Tar Valon, we did the Forsaken, we got past Egwene, and we're trying to wrap up Parents. We just have Elaine stuff and Rand stuff. So you got to the meat. You got to more
Good.
to the you're approaching the meat of
we gave you the meat
stream.
and we're giving it to you raw.
Good. I love it raw. Sorry, I had a dinner that had been planned for about like 2 months.
Yeah, I kind of planned this like a day in advance or less than that. So yeah, I was lucky to get you guys. So Alan, how did you feel? I know you said you didn't like Path of Daggers as much, but you still thought it was good.
So I'm working on my first reread of the books, along with Brian's first read. Kind of trying to time. Sorry, there's water on my desk. When I first read it, I remember this book not being my favorite one. I remember being disappointed with the ending. But it's way better on a reread. And I don't know why I didn't like the ending.
I can explain it. So in part, so the books up until this point, right? Up until book 8.
It's been a big showdown, right?
Kind of promised, a big climactic showdown, but even though that wasn't the point of the first book and the second book, okay, there was the showdown, but it repeated itself in the third. It was kind of like, all right, every book ends with a Forsaken battle.
Right.
That's one reason that, like, aside from Lord of Chaos, which didn't end in a Forsaken battle, but nobody minded because the ending the ending there was fantastic. But that's what people were expecting, and therefore when Path of Daggers came out and didn't have a Forsaken battle at the end, felt underwhelming. And the other reason why it was a disappointment to a lot of readers who were waiting for it was the absence of Matt.
Right.
Throughout all of it. Those are the two main reasons.
Matt's left on like a huge cliffhanger too, and you're like, wait, we're just not addressing that at all.
Oh, there was a wall. It fell. Like we faded to black.
And now we've had a book without a main character before, right? Because Perrin wasn't in the Fires of Heaven, but they didn't end the Shadow Rising on a cliffhanger involving Perrin. So those are the two big reasons.
Do you count book 3 as Rand not being in it as well?
No, because he's in it.
He's in it for like the last few chapters.
Rand's driving the whole plot of book 3, though.
That's true.
Rand is what you remember.
But those are and then the third reason as to why Path of Daggers might have been negatively received is the time involved in it coming out, which kind of established it was taking longer for Robert Jordan to publish.
Was this the first one that slowed down?
Crown of Swords was a little bit slower. But Path of Daggers is the first one people were noticing a pattern of, the books are shorter now and they take twice as long. That's why it got a negative view in the fandom as it was coming out.
I didn't read them as they came out, right? My first reread was
right. I did
7 years ago.
Yeah, but this is why I'm saying, like, why this has been a cloud hanging over said books for so long. Right?
Yeah,
since the 90s.
It is also kind of a bummer of an ending too, like thematically, it kind of sucks, but it's good storytelling.
Are you talking about the betrayal?
Right. There's a betrayal. There's also Rand's massive failure.
Yeah.
Killing his own people accidentally. After just a brutal slog of a crawl. I remember not loving the battle chapters too, because it kind of just felt tedious. But then, you know, after thinking about it and rereading it, you're like, oh, that's kind of the point. Like, it's supposed to be like,
I honestly
this is
felt
miserable. This is Vietnam.
Yes, I honestly was worried about Rand. That's kind of why I liked it, because I was like, okay, so like I felt scared for our main character for once.
So I enjoyed this book a whole lot more upon rereading it. I thought the ending is great. It's a really good storytelling. It was actually the first chunk of this book that was a drag to me. It was really slow.
Especially with we haven't even gotten to Elaine and all the bickering that
right. I mean, even with it, even with the Bowl of the Winds, which had some excitement, up until the point where the Shan-Chan attack, it felt like it was really dragging its feet. And I get that it was doing world building, but also having the context of finishing the whole series, I was like, none of this goes anywhere.
It was doing world building. It was doing women building.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, it was doing some lore stuff and
Nynaeve,
but it was just women talking about nothing, and I was like, none of this goes anywhere in the story. Why are we talking? Why am I listening to the women's circle talk about this stuff?
Get back to the
not
parent
important?
stuff. We'll be talking about this stuff for hours.
Don't worry, we'll get there. Don't worry, we'll get there.
Brian, if you, I got it pulled up. If you guys want to know why people didn't like Path of Daggers, right there, the #1 character POV, Elaine, with 19.3% of the total word.
Best character.
And Egwene following it up at #3 with 14.
Oh, that's what it was. Because Egwene's chapters feel like 3 times as long as all the rest.
And you know me, I'm an Elaine simp. I enjoy her later storyline that a lot of people criticize, and this was like, oh, let's move on.
It wasn't her fault. She was thinking mostly about Nynaeve.
So I flip-flopped my position. You know, I ended up liking the ending, but I did not like the beginning.
I'm curious about the what was I going to say? Shit, I forgot what I was going to say. Never mind.
That's okay.
Let's
so
get.
We haven't covered Egwene yet. You said
no. We did cover Egwene. We did.
We're not going back.
Okay, no. I'm just saying her plot was a lot more interesting than Elaine's plot, because at least it was like some politicking. It was some politicking going on.
No,
and I thought the resolution was fun. The whole
reveal. It was okay. I did get a laugh. I did get a laugh when she managed to outmaneuver Ramonda and Elaine.
It's good.
But it was just okay.
It's
we're
not
going
top
to war,
tier, but it was better than Elaine's storyline.
I mean, it wasn't even revolutionary. It was just like, hey, we're going to war, and we're not going to mess with Elida's bad. Like everything we already knew. So so that's why that's why I got that done. That's why I got that.
Wade lucked out that the Eyes to Die had an actual law of war that helped her out.
Yeah.
So
are we at Perrin now? What are we at?
Yeah, we're in the middle of Perrin right now.
Okay.
So we meet Megden. So Morghese is dead, and Megden is now the new woman who just happens to look just like Morghese. You know,
just a simple country woman.
So, and they get. I think she gets taken under Fael's wing. So now they serve Fael.
Perfect. That's suiting punishment.
Yeah. So. So apparently, Megden and Talonvor, they're trying to they're like, hey, Perrin, marry Megden and Talonvor. He's like, nah, not really. So, and then Megden gets offended because she sees the banner of Manetheren flying about, even though she's not queen anymore. She kind of she stepped down. A simple country woman. Sorry, a simple country woman got offended. Sorry, Morghese is dead. Simple country woman got offended by Banner's Manetheren. I'm curious if we'll find out why in an upcoming book.
I think you know why.
I know why. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm channeling my inner Fitzy right now. So sorry.
Wait, I hate that fucking dog.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think what else. Is there anything else? So yeah, there's a point where Perrin tries to confront like wise ones, and wise ones are like, he's like, you shouldn't beat Aes Sedai, and the wise ones are like, no, that's our business. He's like, okay, whatever.
I disagree. We should beat them more.
I do really like the moment where he meets Megden and he turns around and they've got an Aes Sedai hog-tied behind him. He's like, no, we're really trustworthy. We respect women, I promise. And he turns they're spanking her. It's like, oh, this is not good.
So the one thing that I'm curious about that they keep saying is that the wise ones keep telling Perrin is that Missima is a danger. Like they have to, that Missima must be killed.
No shit.
Is there a reason for that? Do we find out their reasoning behind?
They met him for like 15 seconds and realized he was crazy as fuck.
They haven't met. Did they meet him? They didn't meet him at this point.
Maybe they just heard stories about him, but that was enough.
They've also seen his followers.
Yeah, they've seen. He's kind of been
it's
thousands of people.
Egwene ran into him like 2 books ago, right?
No, Nynaeve.
With Nynaeve.
Nynaeve. Yeah, Nynaeve.
By the way, nice job, Nynaeve. That war is still going on. Good stuff.
I love when Galad.
You got a vote.
Through, I like when Galad goes on riot control.
But just with his sword, like it's not really riot control. He's just killing people.
This is also the book where Nynaeve takes a chill pill because she's married now.
Well, no, I wanted to say this during the Elaine stuff, but yeah, Nynaeve is she's a background character because she doesn't care anymore. She's married to Lan. She gets all the sex she wants now, I think. So.
Well, there was one line too in the book that I didn't remember. It was her like, oh, because of the sea folk ceremony, they were married by the sea folk, and there was like a line in the ceremony that said like the man needs to take charge in the bedroom, and she keeps waiting for him to be more aggressive or something.
That's not what it is.
It's whoever commands in public needs to be submissive in private.
Yes. Because the Seafolk culture is all about people getting promoted up and down throughout their careers. That a married couple could be like your master of the blades on a ship one time, be a sail mistress at a different time, and like it just oscillates. So they made up this rule that so that a married couple could actually survive, public versus private. Who rules in public is ruled in private. So. Because Nynaeve and Lan decided to have a Seafolk wedding. She gets to rule in public because she's the Aes Sedai, which basically means she gets fucking railed every night by Lan. And that's why she's less mean. She just got it fucked out of her.
So, Brian, if there's one piece of foreshadowing in the Eye of the World that I find hilarious, is if you go back and read the first couple chapters of the Eye of the World, Senbui, who everybody dismisses as just a buffoon, and like even Tam Elthor and Bran Alvera, like, would you shut the fuck up, you moron? He makes like 9 predictions. Every single one of them turns out to be true.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, you're kidding me.
No, and one of them is it's something like, man, we need to get Nynaeve married so that she'll stop being such a raging bitch. But you would have to be like a real hero to marry that one.
And it happens. And it's true.
Hey, I guess Thatchers are that wise, you know.
Oh yeah, he goes 9 for 9. He says some stuff about like the Dragon Reborn and stuff that like
he goes on like his Alex Jones rant. It was just right about everything.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
They're turning the fucking frogs gay.
The Aes Sedai are turning the frogs gay.
Just a disclaimer: the views of the guests don't necessarily reflect the views of the Nerdporial Continuum. Okay, there you go.
Or Alex Jones.
Or Alex Jones. There you go. So
let's not get that guy sued more than he is.
Yeah.
He'll come with the Don from Bohemian Grove.
Oh no. All right, is there anything left? Oh yeah, you know who comes back? Elias comes back.
Yep.
Nice.
Unceremoniously. And
Yeah.
what does he do? He does the most important thing, I think, in the entire series.
Yeah.
He tells Perrin how to deal with Fail.
Yeah. Because after 3 fucking books of this, I can appreciate that.
Hey,
So-
both those guys stick out.
Seriously,
Parent, smack her
Fail-
around a little bit. Come on.
If you were reading these books as they came out, Fail was being a bitch for no reason for 5 fucking years.
Since Dragon
Yeah.
Reborn.
Yeah.
So 90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Why are you
I'm
such a
doing
rabid
everything.
bitch?
Perrin is being like the best husband ever.
Yeah.
And like, just shut up and like, ah.
So the only
But
thing
then,
that you can
like-
say in defense of Fail that cracks me up is because it's all from Perrin's point of view, he keeps doing things like he smells her getting upset about something and immediately tries to reassure her. And so it just makes him look guilty and stupid all the time. Like,
Yeah.
Barrelane is like touching him and he's freaking out, like, stop touching me.
That's how Fail wants him. So it's reverse. So Fail would rather have him be mean to her or talk back to her and be calm with Barrelane, if I remember correctly. Is that right?
Yeah.
That
Fail would rather be called like a fucking duplicitous slattern whore, just so that it would precipitate a fight, just so that it would make her feel like her husband felt like she was worthy of a confrontation.
Mm.
So the Saldean mentality is the last thing I want is to be a porcelain doll that my husband worships. But the first thing that a Two Rivers lad thinks about a woman is, this is my porcelain doll and I
Right.
will worship them.
and I have to protect him at all costs. And it's also like the way that their conversations are built very like funny in the sense that like there are like Fail will be insecure about something. Like, I don't know, she looks fat in something. Perrin will smell her being insecure and will reassure her. So the last thing that your wife wants you to say when she feels fat in a dress is just for you to out of nowhere turn to her and go, you don't look
fat in that dress.
at all."
Oh no.
And so like a lot of the times you're like, Fail is being insane, but then you read it again and you're like, oh, Perrin's retarded.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Yeah.
if you reread it, pay attention to that dialogue because that's a lot of what causes the Perrin Fail nuclear breakdown.
Yeah.
It's
That's what.
him being overly sensitive because he has more senses and
Mhm.
and trying to treat her within his traditions that just don't work.
Mhm.
With hers.
I mean, if he was like Rand or Matt, you'd know how to handle it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shut
Well,
up.
Rand loves choking his,
No,
mates.
It goes beyond it. Fail is like one of those characters where it's just like, do you honestly think like Matt would have given her the time of day?
No.
Now it's like, if Matt met Fail in a bar somewhere, he'd like give a smile and move on in 10 seconds because someone prettier would be like along and just off and on with it.
Is she the epitome
Same
of?
with Rand.
Is she the epitome of if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best? But her best is like not great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her
Her best is like the worst of every other girl you've ever met.
I actually do think that this is kind of relatable in a way though, because I think we've all had like friendships where like your friend is just with a girl that you think is fucking insane. Like you like you get calls like, "Oh my god, she broke out the rear window of my truck," and you're like,
dump her.
like, yeah, and like you want to say like this lady is insane. You need to get rid of her. but then they're going to get back together like 2 days from now,
dude,
and then you're going to get asked questions about why you said so many mean things about her.
Your best friend, it's your fucking brother. Oh God. Oh.
Extremely relatable situation is all.
I know. It just sucks.
Yeah. Whoops. Sorry.
All right. Well.
So yeah.
Plot wise, what's happening?
Plot wise.
Yeah, exactly.
So
We've just
Alejandra swears to Perrin.
Yeah.
So Alejandra, the queen of Gildan, swears to Perrin.
Nice.
Do I know why? I have no idea. I have no idea why.
She's a fake queen without any power.
Because he's Taviran.
No.
So the prophet's people are fucking up her nation. Like she's basically not even in power anymore. Like Massima's running the country, and she's just like, oh, that's a large group of men who aren't with the prophet. Yeah, I'll sign on with that in a minute.
That's why I figured too. So yeah. So they go and they meet to skip several chapters. I think all the way to the very end. Where is it? They meet Massima. And Massima basically says, I don't like channeling. I don't want to go through the gates. And I'm curious if this was set up earlier, or if this was set up later. I think, Dane, you said it was set up. It's something to be explained later, I guess.
It's a subtle payoff, but yeah, his aversion to channeling here, but not having it in later books, and all how it kind of becomes, it's not a good payoff, but Massima is a crazy person and therefore susceptible to manipulation by a wide list of people in his dreams. That's all I'll say.
Okay. So there's more to Massima than just him being crazy.
Yeah. It's just like, keep that in mind. With a lot of characters too, it's like, why do they do what they do if it doesn't make sense? The payoff happens very quickly in a couple of lines, and you're supposed to pick up on it. And it's easy to skip over on a first read. That's all I'll say.
Interesting.
That happens a lot in the series.
Yeah. And my favorite part of this whole thing was Fail getting captured.
Oh no, it's not.
That's not going to be your favorite part for much longer.
I laughed when Fail finds out that Berlane
got away. Yeah,
she got away.
Won't be laughing 3 books from now. All right.
Yes.
So, yeah. But yeah. Okay. So that's what I've heard. I've heard the infamous.
I still maintain. I think it's a good plot line. It just takes too long.
I hear it takes like it's like the next 3 books or something that like goes.
Fail got captured in 1998, and it took until like 2005 for her to get fucking released. And although that's only like 30 days in world, for me it was the bulk of my teenage years.
she was just permanently
the best years of your life.
Captured.
Best years of my life. Like all Fail fucking being captured. Fuck her.
The problem is it takes up Perrin's story. Like he's,
it becomes his storyline, and it becomes to the point where it's like, so Fail has been nothing but a fucking bitch to him for books, and it takes fucking Elias to explain, like, oh, the reason she's being a bitch to you is because she doesn't think you're worthy. Like, if you don't fight her, it means she doesn't think you're worthy of it, and blah, blah. And all I'm doing for years reading this is being like, thank goodness I've never met a woman as shitty as Fail. And if I ever did, I would let the fucking Aiel have her. And I would try and do a different quest line.
I hope they eat her.
Like, that's what Wheel of Time taught me, is to avoid women like Fail.
Okay, so
it wasn't as bad reading it not as they came out because it didn't take as long. But
Yeah, but it
I
was
feel your
that
pain. I
reading it,
understand.
yeah.
I'm just thinking because Perrin is barely in Winter's Heart.
No, he's in it. It's like 5 or 6 chapters, but they're all about Fail.
He's got 4 POV chapters.
And then there's Fail POV chapters, which is like the same thing.
Okay, but we can't blame Perrin for Fail being terrible.
We can because he married her.
Okay, you know what? That's a compelling argument.
Yeah.
I blame my friends who married shitty women for the behavior of their shitty women. So you know what? Touche. Well argued, sir.
I win. Yay. Yay for me.
Getting heated here at the Nerdpoil Continuum.
All right. So
Yeah.
I'm
Brian,
kinda done.
you've
I'm
got
done.
a
I'm done
lot
with-
to look forward to.
Yeah, that's why I can't wait. So
Hey, at least Barrelane got away.
at least,
His
yeah,
Maryland got away.
yeah.
He doesn't end up with Perrin, and it's just like, why not? Why not? Like, she's hot.
No, I'm
She
Perrin in the most.
wears like dresses all the time, and she totally wants to bang you. And she has a fucking country.
Oh,
I'm
there's
Perrin, and the most beautiful woman in the world wants to.
And
blow
she's
me
not
all the
Fail.
Yeah. And she's not like, and you're what? She's probably dead anyways. Like,
so just to move forward really quickly, since Fail got captured by the Shido, I forgot to talk about a chapter with Savannah. So apparently they're hunting Sean Chan.
oh god.
And killing Sean Chan, and Galena is still in their captivity. She's still in captivity. She's still begging for mercy. And one thing I forgot to talk about, the oath rod. So the oath rod's like a big thing in this book, or at least with these chapters. So we get an oath rod here. They make her swear to obey all the wise ones in Savannah. There's actually a great Suwan moment I forgot to bring up that I actually really liked, or I actually enjoyed, was when Suwan explains to Egwene what makes how the oath rod makes Aes Sedai, not just a group of women who channel and all that. I kind of like that character moment for her. And of course there was the whole Ciane and Pivara like doing the whole oath rod thing with each other. So yeah. But yeah, more Savannah, and I know there's gonna be even more Savannah going forward, unfortunately. So
Lucky you.
I'm sick.
Savannah absolutely blows. But I will tell you what, on this most recent reread, Galena Cosma is climbing my shit list. God, is that character annoying?
Yeah.
Like, congratulations. You're the most well-liked slave in the slave camp. Great job, Galena. You're crushing it out here.
Does that go anywhere, Galena? And
you'll see.
The Sean Chan stuff does go somewhere, though.
Yeah.
If you are in this whole camp of channelers of opposing Rand, you do not have a good life ahead of you. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Talk about Elaine really quickly.
Oh god, yeah, let's do it. Let's give me a bright fucking spot. I love Elaine. What do you hate about this? Because I will
God, we got
fight
two
you
Elaine fanboys in here.
Yeah, there was like 4 chapters of bickering. There was 4 chapters of traveling to the farm and bickering. And then
she
chapter
have the
5,
Red Rod Terangrial in this book, or was that the next one?
I think that's the next one.
Blue. So we got Black Rod Terangrial, flexible, ivory box with red and green stripes, a crystal vial with dark red liquid.
Yeah.
2-foot bronze statue of a jolly bearded man holding a book.
Is there the red rod terangrial that makes her orgasm better than ever, and then she has no memory of it? No, okay. I guess that's in the next book, but okay. Good.
Oh, no.
I believe that's called the Roofie on Riyadh.
Oh, God.
That's terrible.
Except the roofies wouldn't leave you with no memory.
Dude,
Or they would leave you with no memory. So yeah, okay, you know what I'm getting at, right?
Going down a dark path.
So I got a question. So so they get to the farm. There's like 180 of them, but I remember in was it Crown of Swords we learned that there's like thousands of kin. So are there like different chapters scattered throughout Randland of the kin or the
they're not all clustered around Abu Dar. They come there with for a reason if they need some time off. Remember as well that a lot of these women who can channel, they live super long because they're not bound by the oath rod. So
I thought it was the oath rod that allows them to live long.
No, it's the opposite.
The oath rod gives them the ageless face.
But it causes them to die young. That's the revelation.
What causes them to not or to age very slow then?
Using the power.
Using
the power.
It lengthens your life.
That's it? Or really? I thought there was.
So by this point in time, Brian, if you have read up to book 8 in detail, and I know this because this was on the forums that I was reading when this was the only book that had come out. So people had read these books over and over.
He's not blaming you for not picking up on the details.
No.
Way too many details.
It's just the guys who had read this a dozen times and parsed the details. What's basically out at this point in time is if you can channel, your aging slows. But the big difference between someone who is not bound by an oath rod, i.e., what do they call it? And that's what's the word that they use for it when you're bound by an oath rod? I forget it. And those that aren't is basically your life gets cut in half, or your lifespan gets cut in half.
Yeah. So the way I've always understood it was if you have a strong magical thing weighing on you and constraining you, your body spends energy dealing with that. Or it spends, magic points dealing with that. So if you're not weighed down by a magical constraint like the oath rod, you live longer.
So going back to the companion or the source material that I have that explains it all after the fact, someone that is Randall Thor, Lewis Theron, or Ishamael level of power could live for 800 plus years just because they could channel. Mm-hmm. But if they got themselves bound by an oath rod, their lifespan would get cut in half. And for the Aes Sedai, this means, especially post-breaking Aes Sedai, their maximum lifespans that most of them could expect is about 300 years. Mm-hmm. The most powerful Aes Sedai, like Cadsuane and others, they're expected to look young in the face. Maybe their hair goes white, but at a certain point, they just keel over dead at 300 tops.
Isn't Cadsuane about that age?
Exactly. Everyone thought she would be dead. She's still kicking around. So that's a subtle thing or kind of a cool thing that gets picked up after it. But you read the Forsaken chapters from book 6, 7, and now 8 about them, who has been bound by an oath rod or who had been binded. Maybe it's a binding. Perhaps that was a punishment that was put over Semerhaj, for example. And I think that gets mentioned in a chapter that you've read at this point, where she's basically getting bound and shortening my life by half is not something that I would be willing to submit to. So she turned to the shadow kind of shit. Anyways, I forget where we all started off with this, but I felt now, since you've read through book 8 and all this stuff is now semi-public, let's educate you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Where were we?
So we're still on. We're done with Perrin.
So Elaine.
Yeah, on the ball to win stuff.
So Elaine, the Nynaeve is just hanging out with Lan, and she apologizes. She does things she's never done before. Avienda feels like a failure, and Avienda like admits to Elaine like a fear or something that she would never admit to anybody else. So apparently they're setting up, what I just already read, the being was Near Sisters becoming Near Sisters. So they're setting that up further.
Nice.
So apparently they all bond, or they all link the kin and the sea folk and Elaine. The sea folk take over the bond, and they use the bowl of the winds, and the bowl of winds they draw like a 4-point star. And I had to look up what a 4-point star looks like, and it just looks like a plus sign with some curves.
Yeah, it's like the NATO symbol.
Yeah, and it just shoots into the air like that, and then the Shan-Chan come. The Shan-Chan see it. They fly in. They're shooting fireballs into the air at the was it the Rakan? Is that what they're called? The Raycon?
Yeah, the Raycon. Yeah,
the Raycon.
Wow.
And they're like, we gotta get this. The guy from Beverly Hills Cop says, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
I just realized rockin' means recon, as in reconnaissance, because they fly over and do reconnaissance. Fuck.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You should have learned Latin, Alex.
God damn it. In recon, isn't reconnaissance French? I just assumed.
Yeah,
but that's a Latin language.
French is Latin.
I got distracted by Fadion's comment, thinking, being grateful that Rafe didn't get his hands on Berelaine or Halima, and then I asked Croc to draw me a picture of Berelaine from the Wheel of Time, but if she was cast by Rafe Judkins.
What did Croc say?
Hang on, I have this picture.
Yeah,
sure. I kind of want to see. Is it a black lady?
Yes.
Well, it makes sense. She's Mediterranean.
Hang on,
she's also like in her 50s or something.
I've got one of these too. Hang on.
At least it's not as fucking bad as Fitzy the dog. Because that fucking guy, oh my god, got the worst fucking takes on Twitter. Can't stand that asshat.
Yeah, I called him out. Hopefully, maybe he'll show up in the chat. He'll show up. I called him out in my tweet on the stream.
I saw that.
So
good.
Yeah.
Fuck that dog.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Oh no! What? Oh no!
What's this?
That's Berelaine cast by Ray Judkins.
Oh, boo! Too thin.
Actually, that's probably Grendel, but
yeah, that would be Grendel. Sorry, I derailed the stream.
Yeah.
So apparently, you can't just take apart. Apparently, you can't just take apart gateways without causing like nuclear explosions or something like that. So. Well, apparently, the Aiel wise ones can do it. Avienda can do it, but the Aes Sedai don't know how to do it. And
the Aes Sedai don't even know the difference between Sidene and Sidar. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's true too.
At this point.
So I like they're fighting. So I was trying really hard to imagine this fight between, because they're on the other side of the gate. Like, is this gate like really wide or something to the point where they can just
they had to make it really big to get,
because they got everybody
a whole bunch of people.
So how is she taking cover? So like they like, I know like Avienda and Brigida come and try to defend her. But how is she taking cover? Like I was trying really hard to imagine this fight with the Shan on the other side.
Big circle.
Yeah.
She's standing one step to the right of
So
the
there's no line of sight unless you go through the portal.
So there's a circle. Okay.
Yeah, the portal is a big circle.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought the portal was just a big.
It's a
window,
big square.
Rectangle.
Yeah, it is, but it's not that big, right? They're all able to walk through it. It's basically a person and a horse, like a horseback person height, and maybe they can go one or two abreast, but they don't really, because it goes in detail as to how long it took to take everybody through said portal. Like it's implied how big it actually was. So they did one to get out of Abu Dar in order to get to the farm, and then they do another, but it's not materially bigger when they go from said farm to the location in Andor.
So I got a question. So they all get injured. They pull Elaine gets hurt as well. They pull her away. They're riding off, and all of a sudden she gets shielded, and that the casting of the shield is what causes the explosion.
So the key thing here is that what Avienda did with the prior weave when they moved from Abu Dar to the farm was she unraveled it. See, she basically took the weave and she plucked the thread out at a time.
Yeah. And she left it in that unstable state. And that's why
she was able to control it, but then when it dissipated, it was gone and it didn't leave a residue, which meant that nobody was able to recreate her weave because of the reading of residue's special ability.
Yeah. So so does the explosion basically kill off any hint of the pattern?
No.
Or the weave pattern?
So the reason why the Aes Sedai don't teach the unweaving that Avienda did, but the Aiel do, is because it's so fucking dangerous. Yeah. And the key point to note here, when it's Elaine that does it, so only the person who starts the weaving can undo it. So because Avienda did the weave to move them from Abu Dar to the farm, well, it's Elaine who moved them from the farm to Andor. She's the only one who could do an unweaving, and she decides to do it because there are Shan on the other side who could potentially learn the weave of channeling.
Right.
If one of their Soldam or Damani could read residues.
Yeah.
So that's why she starts plucking out the weaves, but it's her first time ever practicing with doing it, and it fucks up. And the reason it all goes tits up is, as can be expected, kind of right at the end, she loses control of it. She can't stop. Like, she's in for it. She has to finish it to the end. It's like trying the hardest difficulty task when you've had no practice. And
there was people shooting at her.
That too. And it all comes down and collapses. She fails. And then the weave snaps into its new form, which is entirely unpredictable. And it basically turns into a big giant bomb.
Yeah.
Which kills people at the Shan end, but nearly kills them all at the Elaine end.
They also said it could have burned her out.
That too,
because they bring up the fact. Well, why don't we just use this as a weapon? And like, because it'll be different every time. You can't like recreate it.
Yeah. But hilariously, the Shan don't know this. So the Shan are like, "Oh my god, the Aes Sedai have a massive bomb weapon that they might be able to
invented
use."
the nuke.
I like that.
Turned
I like
glass.
that. I like that
POV
reconnaissance. I really did enjoy that reconnaissance portion from the point of view of like they're just pilots and all that, piloting these Raycon and all that. So yeah, I liked how it coincided with the I like how it coincided with the explosion and all that. Hey, I'm gonna do this after I'm gonna do this after the return is complete, and then that person's dead. So it's always fun to hear goals of a character that's gonna die. You just know they're gonna die when you hear stuff like that. So
really? You want to retire to a farm with
Yeah,
a husband and children?
yeah.
I hope you don't die tragically.
Yeah.
Me and my wife, we're gonna get this boat. We're gonna go and sail off to Puerto Rico.
I've been a side character until this episode, so here's my backstory. I'm definitely living for a long time.
McBain's friend.
So now they're in. They're in Andor, and apparently they're just. I think they're holed because of the winter, because of the snow and all that.
Well, it slows them down, but so does that red rod ter'angreal.
It takes them a minute, okay? They're recovering from the bomb.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. And then it takes like 2 weeks to get to Camelin. And so, what is this? It says 3 days later.
I was right. The red rod ter'angreal was in fucking this book.
Okay.
You're very fixated on this.
I don't remember this at all.
Wait, what? They
There's-
just they
Are you
spent
making
like
a joke, or is
no?
there's an
They
orgasm
spent a
rod?
No, they spent a fucking chapter going through like what did they find in Ebudar, right? And they discovered that Avienda has like also a ter'angreal talent, but it's not like for making them, but like what they do. And they like parsed all the baskets of stuff they took from Ebudar, and like everything that was a high potential, they like moved it on. But everything from Elaine going from her estate where she escaped to right here in Path of Daggers to when she ends up in Camelin, the next book, that also involves her testing out ter'angreal.
Yeah, I remember that. I just didn't remember this specific one.
Well, no, she basically had a good time with one of them.
Oh, it's flexible. Okay.
No, it was a different one. It was like hot to the touch. But yeah,
Path of Daggers, chapter 20.
The wiki said it is soft but firm and flexible.
Nice. The red rod ter'angreal. It's just not the only one, because I'm pretty sure there's a black one like that too. It just might be a little bit bigger and girthier.
Yeah. So I got a question right here. Something that kind of confused me. So the end of this chapter 20, says 3 days later the first explosion came. What is that talking about? Because like you skip to chapter 28, and what is this explosion?
Into Andor. Chapter 20, into Andor. Let's see.
It's at the last sentence of chapter 20 and going into chapter 28.
It's probably the whole fight for Andor campaign of like Andor being besieged.
What chapter is it?
21.
Chapter last it says 3 days later the first explosion came. That ends chapter 20, and then chapter 28, Crimson Thorn. It hardly seems the setting for the explosion Elaine feared. Harlan Bridge was Path of Daggers. Harlan Bridge was a village of moderate size with 3 inns when Elaine and Brigida went downstairs. I don't know what explosion he's talking about.
Okay, so it might not be
explosion.
A physical explosion. It's probably a dealing with all the women.
Oh, that explosion.
Yeah, it's
I was like, this. Okay, what's happening? I'm like, what's happening here? And I'm like, oh, so all right.
The women just aren't getting along.
So, yeah, sorry to let you down. It's like a bunch of women decided they weren't going to be friends with each other anymore. Explosion.
Well, I'll say the highlight. You know what the highlight of this last chapter was, besides Elaine finally getting to Camelin? Adelaus gets murdered. Adelaus and Ispan get murdered.
Nice.
by a dark front.
This is another thing that you're going to be happy about until it gets mentioned every 6 chapters for the next 8 books.
Yeah.
The next, really.
Yeah, we know there aren't 8 more books in a 14-book series, and you're on like book 8. We're being facetious.
I figured.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if that gets paid off anytime soon. If it doesn't sound like
you'll find out who did it, but it's like it won't take 8 books.
Yeah, so like I'll say this like
it's also not like the end of the Agatha Christie murder mystery where you're just like, oh, that's who did it. Who cares?
Do you think that's what they were going with Asmodean as well? Like, oh, this person did it. Oh.
Brian, to be honest with you, what I honestly think from a meta, like, step back, assess the Wheel of Time critically and not as a fan, the difficulty or the problem that the later books have is the plot escalated to a point where we're expecting god tier level fucking battles. Right? You read Lord of Chaos, right? That was a god tier level battle of like hundreds of people from either side who could use magic and confronted each other. We are not going to be satisfied with one-on-one fights or small character drama involving people who aren't powered up, so to speak, from now on. So as powerful a moment it is when an Ashaman talks about having to burn the charred corpses of the people he killed such that their ashes were caught by the wind and floated away like snow, as poetic as that is, I have read Lord of Chaos. I am expecting Dumais Wells to cap off every book from now on, or bigger. And that type of subtle, poignant, emotional moment, sadly, isn't it at that level of action. And that, unfortunately, is while a moment like that, which should be a very good moment in a series that maybe it came earlier, it just doesn't land. That is the developmental pacing character edit that is a problem of epic fantasy like this, in my view. And you guys can call me out if I'm wrong.
I think you give the series too much credit. I just don't give a shit about Van Dien and Hidelayus. Like, get to the fucking point, RJ. I don't care.
No, it's not about that. But all subsequent points, anything that is less badass as Dumais Wells, once you've done Dumais Wells, you have to keep escalating. That is the issue that I'm trying to point at, and that is why books after Lord of Chaos, that's when most people say the slog starts. It's because the plot cannot escalate until Knife of Dreams or later.
No, he just got distracted, lost focus, and spent a bunch of time talking about characters we don't like as much.
In part, but the big moment for all those books, when is the next time there's a big climactic moment to a book that tops Lord of Chaos?
There isn't one in the rest of the series, but that's, I mean,
but could there have been?
Book 11 slaps. I mean, the end of Path of Daggers is great. The end of 9 is great. I mean, 10 is, 10 just got fucked up in editing. You know, if you assume 9 and 10 are one books, there's a major touchdown at the end of every one.
I feel like they're starting to get off of Path of Daggers.
I was just saying, right? Sorry,
this is kind of become a full-on tangent.
I think it's not fully off. This is kind of it's a wider criticism of like what was Robert Jordan trying to do with every single volume that came out, and why was Path of Daggers negatively received? It was okay. So after A Crown of Swords, Like that had a Forsaken fight. Book 8 didn't. Book 9 did, but it wasn't a direct confrontation because Rand was busy, and Book 10 didn't. So why do they say that 7, 8, 9, and 10, although it's mostly 8, 9, and 10, why is that a slog? I think it's largely attributed to this factor, but I also think there's a difficulty inherent with a story is once you hit a do might as well point, it's difficult to elevate the stakes beyond what you've just written.
No.
And the sad thing, no, the stakes have to keep going up.
The rescue of File suck. That's why 8, 9, and 10 aren't regarded as high.
Because they aren't elevating the story beyond that. It's not that he couldn't have elevated the story. It's just that he didn't, and he decided to opt for that.
I think we've got to take control of the screen back.
I think it dips temporarily, but the series is building and elevating as it goes. Like I think it's just execution. And I think there's a difference between your favorite ending and the best ending, you know? Demise Wells is many people's favorites just because it's so visceral, but that doesn't mean the other endings of the books are bad.
No, this book in particular, I did not have a problem with the ending. I was actually kind of happy with a slight change of pace. You know, I mean, I don't mind the climactic fights at the end, but I don't know. I've read other books. I could. There was almost a climactic, confrontation, but it kind of got, the bad guys got away. It was a different way to approach it. So, it's been 2 hours and we haven't even gotten to Rand yet. So let's. I know you guys have. Hey,
it's almost like reading this book. Oi.
So
fuck you, Alan.
So the one section that I thought was very, very entertaining that I did not see coming, especially in this book. I did not see a section where the dark, you get to see another little dark friend thing, and we finally get to see the death of Jacob Carradine. I thought that was a pretty brutal. I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this. So in the same chapter, Adelaus gets murdered. Ispan gets. Is Ispan a vampire or something? She has a stake driven through her fucking heart. What the fuck's going on? I mean, I know they're dark friends, but I just love all the. I'll be honest. The Dark Friends have come up with very unique ways of killing each other.
I mean, Satan. I mean, you got to come up with some pretty creative.
Lady Shane. So there's holes in the table. So Jacob Carradine and Falion are being held. They're hogtied, right? To their wrists, to their ankles, basically. They're sticking up above a table, holes in the table. Their heads are held down by a block, like a block of wood in their mouths with a bored hole in, and their straps they're nailed to the table. So they're like this, and then she just has him drowned in brandy, and that's how he's and I was like, is he dead? Because I was listening to this first. So it was like the same deal with for me with Fires of Heaven. Like, okay, is this character dead? I was like, okay, he stopped moving. Okay, he's dead. All right, he's dead. Without saying he's dead.
This is because he failed to kill the Emmonsfield Five in a fake bubble of evil?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kind of failed at everything. What
did he succeed at is the more pertinent question. Nothing. Yeah. That's why he died.
He gave us a cool prologue.
He did have a cool prologue.
Yeah. The man who calls himself Bors. And then what is it? Then doesn't Leandrin take control of him for a little bit? And he's like, hey, I have more relatives. Take them. So I'm guessing he ran out of relatives.
I think Shadowrun.
By the way, so he was. I think he was like manhandling what's her name in Crown of Swords. What was her name? Millie Skane, the one that was having fun with Matt. She tries to kill Matt, and Rand was sick in the Eye of the World. I think Lady Shane is her. Yeah. I think she is her because I don't know who else would do this to Jacob Carradine.
No, you're correct, and Matt reached that conclusion as well.
Yeah, face of a fox, and so I was just like, they're like, who the hell is this? And then this guy, the point of view is this guy named David Hanlon, and it's like, how would you like to get your hands on a queen? And I'm like, okay, what is this supposed to mean? Does that mean there's going to be something going on with Elaine or no? and,
yes. It is Elaine related. Yes.
That's the book nine.
So something is going to happen in her plot line. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that you feel the need to clarify it. Yes. Eventually something is going to happen with Elaine.
I was soon. I'll be honest, I was pleasantly surprised that in an Elaine chapter something bad happened to somebody. I was like, whoa, what did I do to deserve this?
So if there's one thing I will give Sanderson credit for, bad things do happen in Elaine chapters. Now, mostly it's because Elaine is stupid and makes terrible decisions and people pay for them. But
hey, I've noticed this. Like she takes down
she's just doing her best.
She takes down the banners. She takes down like the dragon banners. And I haven't even gotten to Rand yet. And
I honestly think the reason why people like Sanderson books is because there's a shit ton of Elaine chapters in Crossroads, and there isn't a single one in The Gathering Storm.
Well, Knife of Dreams.
Yeah, there's some in that.
There's some in that Dreams, but it's not as bad. But it's like it goes from a lot to a little to like none.
Yeah, and did I say she gets to the throne room and she's now in Camelin?
Yep.
All right, great. Moving on.
Yeah.
Rand, best part of this.
All right, finally.
Rand. So where did we leave off with Rand? Oh yeah, he's King of Ilion now, and because he's King of Ilion, there's still like the remnants of Samael's like army or something, and he tries to get them to join him, if I remember correctly. And let me look. I'm trying to remember what exactly happens.
He portals away with, is it Min and one of the Aes Sedai go with him?
Was it an Aes Sedai or was it a maiden?
I thought it was an Aes Sedai.
He goes with Dashiva. He goes with Dashiva, I think.
Yeah.
And he finds out about Sean Chan, obviously. He sends Narishma. He sends Narishma on a mission to retrieve something for him.
Little fetch quest.
Fetch quest. Yeah, there you go. So I got a question. So everybody's like talking about like how Saidin is acting up because of is it because of the Bowl of the Winds that Saidin and Saidar are behaving differently, and that's why like the Damani are acting up and Rand's starting to see things, or is it because of? I was wondering if it was because of that or because Rand has been channeling too much and he's starting to lose it.
Nope. Basically, the amount of energy they used to do the Bowl of the Winds messed everything up. It's like if you have a nuclear explosion, the radiation messes with like radar and all sorts of shit around for a long time.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. I'm trying to remember if there was anything else worthy notable. No, I mean, so So they begin they begin the campaign against basically begin the campaign against the Shanshan, and I think they go don't they go into the mountains, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, they go into the heights
because the Shanshan are closing in on them, because Shanshan just they took Terabon and Tanchico, they took Amadisia, and I think they took Abodar. So
they have some Abodar. Oh yeah, Abodar. Yeah, Abodar. Yeah, they have Abodar. Sorry.
So he brings a bunch of Ashman, and he brings people from like all the places that he's conquered. So like from Tyr, from Ilion, from Kyrian. I think isn't like, and he brought the ones that are not necessarily that he's kind of wary of their loyalty, I believe, if I remember correctly. It's like Waramon's one of them, and we meet Charles Gedwin for the first time, one of the Ashaman.
Waramon's very trustworthy. All right, Waramon is like, he's guy you gotta rely on.
I love
I love it.
One more cavalry charge will scatter them like quail.
So
he's not the brightest, he's not the best apple in the bushel, but he's always there.
Okay? Waramon knows what he's about, son.
Yeah, so Davram Bashir is there. So here's an interesting thing. I think Waramon's no good. Because I think he had something to do with the assassination attempt. So there's an assassination attempt on Rand by the guy that they were supposed to, the guy that the Ilion guy.
The leader of the Ilion are like rebels, pretty much.
Yeah, and I think there was a point where they were seen talking to each other. I think, I'm not sure. So, but yeah, so it's like imagine you're trying to assassinate Princess Toadstool, and you have a whole bunch of Super Mario shooting fireballs at this archer. That's what I was thinking when when the scene was going on. But it wasn't just that, because of the way that it was described, like the arrow just like passed his face really closely. I was thinking of Butler, Pennsylvania, believe it or not. Yeah, sorry, I had to bring that up. I was literally thinking this when I was reading it. So, but yeah, I really did enjoy, like, just I really did enjoy this this section. It was just, I just like starting with this assassination attempt. I felt that Rand was not safe at all.
Yeah.
During any of this.
Yep.
Like he could have been,
he's having trouble channeling as well. He can't.
Yep.
Yeah, like it showed like how vulnerable he could be, and I was just like, okay, like I'm literally down for this. Like, this is just like, I'm curious, how's this all going to end? How's he going to get out of this? So, and they managed to push the Shanshan back. They managed to they managed to end the encroachment, and it gets to a point where Davram Bashir's like, you know what? I think this is good. I think we're good. We don't have to keep going. And Rand's like, I am the storm. We're gonna go further. We're gonna kill all the Shanshan. We're gonna take Abodar.
We're done when I say we're done.
Yeah, we're done when I say we're done. And then we meet a whole
from the river to the sea, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. Yeah. We're done when I say we're done. And yeah, that is such a good section.
Yeah, I mean, there's a point here after right before they win this portion, that like the Weramon was supposed to hold them off, was supposed to hold the enemy off, and the enemy somehow got past them, and
it's like
they managed to wound Rand in the process. So I'm curious where that's going to go.
Listen, he likes doing cavalry charges, right? He's a bit overeager sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Weramon was talking to Gedwin. I think Weramon was caught talking to Gedwin, and then of course we see what Gedwin does later on. You know, in this book. So, yeah. So it's just yeah. So basically, the Ashima are doing all the killing, and they're just kind of there as backup, or just a show of force.
Well, the Legion of the Dragons kind of like they're like the elite squad, so they're fighting the Shan-Chen. But yeah, the Ashman are like the main kind of like weapons, I guess.
They're the cannons.
Yeah.
You still need everybody else.
Yep.
So there's not as much Damane, if I remember correctly. They're not, or Suldam in this battle.
Yep.
Because remember the and also the Domine are also having trouble channeling because of the Bowl of the Wind stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. There, if I remember correctly, a bunch of them got mobilized to look for. Nope, I'm one book ahead. Never mind.
Slaughtering his forces, he decides he must retreat with his forces. So there's a character named Furyk Kharid.
Oh yeah,
love that guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna see more of him.
Yes, he pops up quite a bit actually. So.
Yeah, he's Matt's mortal enemy.
And then we get to we meet this other character, Kenner Mirage, right here. And this is right before they try to encroach on Ebodar, and we meet a familiar face, a female with a doll face. I was like, oh, that's our main character. That's the wheel. That's the main character of the Wheel of Time. That's Leandrin.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm curious had they got this far, or what wouldn't Rafe have made this like a whole like side plot, or not even side plot? This would have been the main plot.
Leandrin never would have gotten captured.
Yeah.
Well, if she did get captured, that would be the main plot of whatever season.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm assuming at this point Matt and Perrin would be dead, so like there'd be a lot of screen time to fill.
As far as I'm concerned,
I still think that their end goal was a Leandrin redemption arc. They were going to do that eventually.
Probably.
Well, because isn't it true that Leandrin, like her fate is up in the air?
Well,
in the series, or
yeah,
she gets away in the TV show.
Oh,
or are you talking about the books? Sorry.
No, in the TV show.
In the TV show, she teams up with Mogideon, and then that's like the...
Yeah, and then Nynaeve just lets her get away of season 3.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
She gives her Intar's line and says, no dark friend can walk so far in the shadow that he can't see the light."
Right. I forgot about that.
And then she gets wrapped in chains and thrown into the river, and then she overcomes her block by thinking of a little girl that's fake, and then doesn't chase after Leandrin.
All right. What was I gonna? Was I gonna ask something about this? No.
Yeah. This is such an awesome section though, because nobody has any fucking idea what's happening.
Now are they in? I thought, are they in the mountains or are they in the forest at this point when they're trying to take Ebodar?
They're in foresty mountains.
Yeah, it's like forest. Yeah.
So okay, so very much Vietnam, pretty much.
Yeah, very much so. So this Kenner Mirage guy is trying to figure out what the hell he's supposed to be doing, and he's getting reports like, "Oh my God, there's 1,000 guys on this ridge over there, and 10,000 guys on this ridge over there." And he has no clue what's going on, and he doesn't know that like the 1,000 guys on this ridge are going through gateways and are also the 1,000 guys over on that ridge. So he's looking at his numbers and he's going, "Oh my God, I'm fighting 100,000 soldiers." Yeah. In reality, Rand's got like 15.
Yeah, and the good news is that the Ashaman can abuse the hell out of gateways because they channel Saidin, so.
Yeah,
Shan-Chen can't get anything.
Yeah, and all of his channelers are messed up.
So how does there's a moment where Suroth shows up and basically says that like tells this to Mirage. How does she know that? Is that like something to find out?
Trying to think.
Because I think she tells them that they're traveling, so she found out somehow about it.
I just think she knows that Rand has the Ashaman and are traveling.
Like is someone like like somebody like giving her the information? Like is she in communication with someone on Rand's side that may or may not be like a dark friend or something?
If I remember correctly, I think Arakan just saw it from above. I could be wrong though.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I think it was just kind of to emphasize that Kenner Mirage, who is otherwise a excellent battle commander, just doesn't know how to fight with this newfangled developments in warfare.
Yeah.
The ever victorious army is not living up to its name, right?
Yes, and I'll be honest, the Fear at Kareed chapter where he's for the second time the ever victorious army has proven to be a lie of its name or something like that. Just a banger line about how the ever victorious army is not looking so ever victorious since arriving on the shores of Randland.
I really liked getting the Shan-Chan POVs in this book. I thought they were great.
I am a huge fan of third-person limited POVs that like aren't the main characters. Like giving the reader the sense of how the opposition.
Yeah, the outside view of what the main character's doing.
Yeah, I agree.
Brandon Sanderson, Chapter 1 of A Way of Kings. One of the best ever.
Interesting. Trying to remember. So there's a point where I forget where does it start to. How does it start to become a stalemate? That's something that I didn't quite pick up on.
It's really just it's because Rand has pretty much like massively like kind of overextended his forces, and also like it's like Bashir said, his forces are equipped to push the Shan-Chan back, not really to crush them completely.
Because of the numbers, so like there's only like what, like 20 Ashaman basically, and
it's like a couple thousand legions of the dragon. Like there's really not that many people in Rand's army.
Yeah.
And then additionally, his Ashaman are running out of gas. They can open gateways, but to open gateways constantly for hours is wearing them down. And they're not just opening gateways; they're also fucking up lines. They're just running out of gas. And Rand is like, no, let's keep pushing. Let's drive them out. Let's drive them into Ebudar and destroy them.
And then the Shan-Chan figure that out, and basically are simply waiting for them. That's why Bashir tells them to stop, basically. And Rand's like, okay, I got one last card to play, and he takes out that package that Narishma gives him, and Narishma says, this nearly killed me. And I had this, when I had Bix Calcus on Friday, he was asking me that too. I'm curious, does that ever get answered? Why Narishma was in danger when he, even though Rand told him all the traps?
Well, yes, it gets answered. I can't really say exactly why, but yeah.
Is it because outside forces?
No. On a reread, Narishma is a hilarious character. You don't get it the first time, but on a reread, Narishma is amazing.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So Kalendor makes a comeback after 4 books.
Yep.
And I was under the impression that Rand was trying to recreate the attack that he did in the stone with when he kills all the Trollocs simultaneously with lightning, if I remember correctly. I think that's what he was trying to do here, right, with the Shanshan.
Yep.
And that's, well, didn't go over so well.
Really?
Apparently, is it because of the fact that Saidar and Saidin has been acting up that this happened? Now they say that it's because, I think Cat Swain says that it's because of the fact that this doesn't have a safety.
Yes. So Kalendor is the most powerful Sarangrail short of the Choden Call. But it's so powerful that it's dangerous, and it takes multiple people to use it effectively.
How was he able to use it in the first place in the Dragon Reborn, the Shadow Rising, without it being a danger to him?
So the answer is it was retconned. That's the unofficial answer.
That's what I was thinking. Like he had to make it less. He had to give it a limitation. I get it.
The official answer, I think, is back when he was using it then, he wasn't really, when you're using it at 1% power, it's not a big deal. When you start trying to eradicate a nation with it, that's when it kind of, the limitation kicks in.
Okay.
I always kind of envisioned that like it takes time for the flaw to manifest. Like you can start using it and then it'll start getting worse and worse, unless you're using it correctly.
Yeah, that's always my headcanon, because like in the Stone of Tear, he really only does one attack with it, right? And then
he doesn't use it very much before this book,
Yeah, he just slays.
He kind of lures you into the trap to thinking you can use it, and then backfires on you.
Yeah, he slays Balsamon with it, and then he uses it to. Yeah, uses the lightning. I think that was it
as a sword too. He's not, in that first fight. The
sword that's not a sword.
Yeah.
So he tries to use it and ends up killing a whole bunch of his people as well, and Davin Bashir to knock his ass out. And he wakes up and he's like,
"You're killing us.
You're killing us, man. You're killing us, man. You're killing us." Like, yeah.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
Yep.
So at the same time, he declares it a loss. I like how he declares it a loss, his first loss, and Lews Therin's like, no, Lews Therin never loses.
Yep.
And then,
yep. Go ahead.
And then, ironically, on the other side, because the Kenner Mirage guy got killed. Probably by the Kalendor attack.
Yeah, massive lightning barrage that destroyed everything.
I like how they have. There's another point of view of another guy. He's like, "Wow, the ever victorious army lost for the second time." So nobody won. So this was a battle that nobody won, or at least both sides felt they lost. And I thought that was.
Yeah, because like the Shanshan got humiliated and lost way more people and got their entire advance got completely stopped. But Rand also failed to completely defeat them. So
yeah,
and also lost a bunch of people the other ones wouldn't have if not for his own.
Who did he lose? I forget. Who did he lose on the? Didn't he lose like an Ashaman?
Adley, I think.
He lost an Ashaman. He lost a decent number of his own regular soldiers who got blown up in his lightning attack.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Adley's the Ashaman that got killed, right? That's the named one.
Yeah. So now the battle ends. He goes back, and now we're in Min's point of view. But I consider this all Rand. So apparently, because of the fact that he left the maidens behind, they beat the shit out of him. And I was just like, I'll be honest. I was a little annoyed with this. I was like, I would have just I get that. I guess he owes them from their point of view, but
yeah, it fucking sucked.
He doesn't have to take them, and I don't know. I liked how he handled it later with when during the later attack. He's like, they can fight if they want. I'm just not going to lead them to slaughter. So, but that's later. So what the thing that pissed me off was, I was like, okay, if he owes a debt to them, and that includes a beating, they should have said, hey, you owe us. Let's go in the other room. Let's do this. They just go in and they just attack him, and they attack Min in the process, and Min has no idea what's going on.
Yep.
And I thought that was
a knife at one of them.
It's also been a pattern of disrespect, though. Like they've told him several times at this point, like, stop dishonoring us. You know.
Yeah.
And he keeps ignoring them.
Yeah. At this point, like if everything I do is going to dishonor you, then I might as well dismiss you.
Yep.
Send you away. I mean, because honestly, like if I would have, like I said this in the chat, I was like, you should have sliced their asses up for that. That's just me. But oh well. But that was
all had it happen where we had a crush on a girl. We made some promises we shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And now we deal with the negative consequences of it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to break up with Avienda. The only way out of it.
What's funny is Avienda's been. I've actually liked Avienda more in these later books now than before. So
yes.
It's weird. It's weird how that works. But apparently, we get some updates. So apparently, like so like the Pad. So they mentioned Pad and Fane. So this is the first book with. So another issue with this book that I guess people had an issue with. No Pad and Fane. Pad and Fane didn't just pop up and attack Rand or do some plotting behind the scenes or something. We didn't see him at all in this one.
Yeah.
Last time we saw him, he goes and he slashes Rand in the side where his Balsamon wound is, and now he's got 2 wounds that's eating him away. So, oh well. Oh, come on. So apparently the Aes Sedai come back that we're doing the what do you call it, the negotiating with the sea folk and all that. And so now the thing that he has to have a representative with him at all times, which pisses him off. And based on reading the sea folk, the Athan Mir, I know exactly how he felt.
It's a justified crash out.
Yes.
Yep.
And then he has to what was the other one that he got pissed off about? He has to, if they summon him, he has to
obey their summons.
He has to like at least two times out in 3 years or something like that, which isn't too bad, I guess, or maybe it's 3 times in 2 years. I don't know, but it's still crazy. And then of course, we have to keep our own laws, and we get land in every place that Rand controls or something like that. So
I do like how Rand kind of says, yeah, they can do that, but we'll just have all of our laws around them so that we can tax the shit out of them anyway when they're going in and out.
Yeah, that's right. And I like how he just crashes out on the 2 Aes Sedai that were responsible for it. He's like, and they're like, well, bro, if you would have stayed, they might have, this might have worked, but you didn't stay, and they hung me by my ass.
You left, your charm stopped working, and
and they what they do? They threaten to hang her by her ass or something like that.
They shielded the Aes Sedai and threatened to leave them hanging, so, like by the mast or something.
Yeah. So
again, the Sea Folk are massive assholes. Maybe even more than the Aes Sedai. I'm not sure.
Sea Folk suck.
Yeah, they suck. They suck a lot. So we got that portion, and then what was the other portion? So I already talked about the maidens and
the assassination.
You mean of this chapter, or?
Oh yeah, there's Cat Swain stuff. I forgot to talk about Cat Swain. So
Cat Swain and Lord Dobrain.
Yeah. So
speaking of the worst character,
so Cat Swain has so there's an earlier chapter. It was the same one with Grendel, I think, where Cat Swain is just like she meets Cerelia, and they talk about Rand, and they're like, "Oh, Rand does not cry or laugh anymore." And I want to get Rand to cry and laugh and not be bitter anymore, because he's changing because of all the trauma that he's been through and all that. So
we're gonna
traumatize I'll be honest.
out of it.
I mean, as noble as that sounds, I was expecting more. I was expecting like, oh, she knows something, because she's this really old Aes Sedai who's traveled or who's been around. So I was expecting something different, but okay.
Brian, I'll just tell you this: Cat Swain is one of the most widely hated characters, like probably in the whole fan base. So
I never hated Cat Swain. I didn't get it.
I don't think Prophet. I think Steve doesn't hate Cat Swain either. I don't think.
I know that a lot of people hate her, but it never occurred to me that I should hate her.
I'm just not impressed. Like, how she acts all not impressed with Rand. Well, I'm not really impressed. I'm not really impressed with her because it's just like, oh, I hear that she's great and she's great and she's great, and I'm like, I'll believe it when I get something more.
The thing is, with Cat Swain, you hear that she's great from all the other Aes Sedai, but they don't know what her mission is. She has one mission in the books, and that's all she cares about, and it's making sure.
Does it terribly.
Yeah, she goes about it in the worst way possible.
Is it the mission I just said to make Rand heal again, basically?
She says what it is in this book, yeah.
And she's awful at it. And the only reason that Rand doesn't balefire her ass in book like 5 is that Min's like, don't do that. She's important to the plot.
That's just when I read that, when I listened to that and read that, when Min says that, I rolled my eyes. I'm like I don't buy this.
See, I don't see it that way. I see it as her, purposefully becoming the boss that everyone hates, but pulling strings around, I think she's actually trying to help him, and she's doing a good job.
Everything happens
by
in
giving
spite
him
of
someone
her, not
to hate.
because of her.
But
I mean, like, I get that she's trying to take him down like a peg or something like that. But
when she's 10 times more arrogant than he is.
Yeah, I mean, and I liked her introduction. Like, I was like, okay, there's some tension in this, but now I'm just like, okay, now she's just being rude to him. Constant. I mean, he's still the Dragon Reborn. You still have to, you're not better than him.
The fate of the world is hitched to that horse. Stop being mean to that horse. Of all the Sanderson dunks, the Cat Swain dunk might be the best one.
Yeah, I do like how Sanderson wrote that stuff.
Yeah. So apparently she sets boundaries. So Rand wants to see her because of the fact that Min tells him that she's important. And so right away, she's like, okay, I'm too busy to see you. Maybe another time. All right. So she just, she blows him off. So he goes and sees her and tries to intimidate her, which I thought was funny. Doesn't work. So he's like, okay, what do you? So he tries to he's like, I want you to be my advisor. Oh, I can't be your advisor. I'm not very good at following orders. Well, what good are you? What good are you? So he's like, okay, how about I will promise not to be this. And so then she lays out these rules. She lays out these boundaries for him. So, he must listen to her, but she won't. He must listen to her. He must not lie. He's got to realize she only wants to do what's best for him. He must be civil to her friends and guests, not challenge him, and he has to control himself, basically. I was just like, okay.
Of course, none of those rules apply to her, though. None of them.
None.
No expectations of it. Fucking awful character.
And she basically tells him about Kalendor right here. You know how Kalendor doesn't have a safety or buffer, whatever she calls it. And I like how Rand's just like, okay, if that doesn't work, then there's only one thing that he can do. It says, or according to this, is one terrifying choice. And then it says, oh, he recalls a dead woman saying you can challenge your career. And I had to think about that for a while. I was like, oh, wait, that was Lanfear, the dead woman in Shadow Rising. And terrifying choice. Is he talking about what the Joden Cal?
Yeah, it's one of the Joden Cal.
Okay.
The Joden Cal are even stronger.
So is he writing off Kalendor right now, basically?
Well, he knows it still has to be important because it's mentioned in the prophecies. It's more just that Kalendor is a very
he just doesn't want to link with Aes Sedai.
Yeah, I mean, who could blame him?
Because doesn't it, he has to link with 2 Aes Sedai in order for it to work.
Yeah, safely? You need to be in a link with 2 Aes Sedai. Kalendor is insanely flawed, and the Joden Kal aren't, and they're even stronger. So,
yeah. So
we get down to chapter 23 of the Gathering Storm, like it's the birth of my child. That is how much I hate canceling. But yes, you're accurate in your assessment.
Oh, okay. All right, so we are on the last chapter, at least for at least we covered every other chapter except for this one. This is where the stuff starts to go down. Yeah. So I'm starting to see why everybody complains about Elaine, because this is where I think the bad decisions start to happen. So Elaine tears down all of the dragon banners because she wants to earn the throne in her own way.
Rand, I know you personally killed the Forsaken that I never would have stood a chance against, but it's actually my throne, so go away.
Even though he really paved the way for her to do it.
No, it's that she won't be respected if the throne is gifted to her. That's not how the Lion Throne works.
The lives of the thousands of Andorans. Oh God.
Oh well. Yeah.
Just kill whoever your rivals are at this point. This entire plot line is retarded.
So Rand is pissed off about this, and understandably so. He's just like, Min's like, oh, go to Kama. He's like, nah, I'm not doing it. She ain't worth it. So
look, when your girlfriend or your wife or your lady friend or whatever is having a moment, sometimes it's better to just let her get it out.
Yeah.
Yes, Mahalanir, yes, as if taking down the banners changes the fact that it was still gifted to her.
Oh yeah. That's just so yeah, so I'm starting to see the complaints about this character. So
I think the same you guys are, I mean, I don't want to spoil
I understand
future plots,
the optics of it. I'm just saying you have to look at the opportunity cost here of time and thousands of Andoran lives versus swallowing your pride and saying thank you.
I think you guys are being crazy. If she just walks in and says, hey, Rand said the throne is mine, I think the same things would have happened.
Do you? Because I really feel like, hey, Rand, this Aramilla chick is a problem. Can we unproblem Aramilla, and then everything is fine?
I like the Elaine plot. I think it's good.
That is your right. It is
Dane
your
likes
right.
Dane likes it too. He's just not here at the moment.
Everybody's least favorite book is Crossroads of Twilight, okay? And that is where the bulk of that storyline is. That's all
I like Birgitta in the plot line. I'll give you that.
So we get a very, just to move this forward, we get a very interesting section where Cerelia brings in 5 of the Aes Sedai that were captured. I think the Elida Aes Sedai that were captured. Yeah. And I like how they're all asking for mercy and everything, and Rand's hearing them out, and they're giving him different reasons why. Well, slightly different reasons. All of them point to, we have to support you in the last battle. But I thought it was interesting. I thought it was interesting that they were willing to basically, what do you call it? Basically go through what he went through, which was one of the options to kind of right this wrong, if you can even ever right this wrong. And one of them is Belding. So I'm curious if if that's connected to the prologue with Varen. So
could be. Who knows?
I'll look this up.
Yeah. So so here's a Tevarin moment that was interesting. So Cerelia tells Rand that Cadsuane's in the palace, and it's like, how come you seem to be so nervous when she's around, huh? And he's like, well, then I'm gonna go see her. And so instead of going back into deep into his chambers, he goes and leaves, and that's when boom, that's when an explosion hits, and I think his bedroom and his bedroom is completely destroyed.
His bedroom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this was really well written, this part. Like, this was like, he's like, stay in one place and be and you're sure going to be dead. I forgot how Robert Jordan puts it. But I felt there was some Vietnam stuff in this too, with him trying to approach the enemy.
Yep.
And then his line to is it Narishma? He gives his heart to.
No, it's Fedwin Moore.
It's Fedwin. Yeah, Fedwin guardsman.
Yeah, Fedwin. So Fedwin Moore. So he needs men to be safe. So he gives Fedwin. So he tasked Fedwin Moore with protecting her.
Yeah, Narishma shows up a bit later because remember Rand attacks Narishma because he thinks he might be a traitor.
Right.
Yeah. So
no, because he sees them and just blasts them before seeing who it is.
Yeah. So he comes across a balcony, and below he sees Gedwin, Roshade. I forget which one Roshade is. Right now it's just a name to me. So Gedwin was the guy that was there in the beginning of the battle, and then we got Dashiva.
Dashiva, yep.
And Dashiva attacks him. So
Gedwin's also at Dumais Wells.
Yep.
I think he's named.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah, he nearly he's the Ashraman that Rand knocks down because he starts channeling at Gawain when Gawain's trying to retreat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So Gedwin, so Dashiva. Oh yeah, there was a moment earlier where Dashiva comes out of his like crazy state, and he explains to Rand that there's something going on with Saidin and Saidar, or Saidin in particular. And he's like, it's all in your head. He's like, no, try it for yourself and all that. So I'm curious if that's connected to I'm not sure if Dashiva was. I'm not sure what Dashiva was trying to do there. So,
sorry, say it again.
So remember during the battle, against the Shan-Chan, Dashiva kind of comes out of his, insanity, or he pretends he's insane, and all that, and he explains to Rand that there's something going on with Saidin.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I forget if there's a connection between that. Him talking about this and what he's doing now, or if that was him, I don't know.
That is a hint at something that you're going to find out.
Okay.
It is tangentially connected to this.
All right. So they attack. They see Rand from above. They see Rand from below, and they attack him. Rand gets thrown away, gets thrown aside. And I think he goes around, tries to get back to where they were, but they're gone. And then of course he attacks Narishma, and they're gone. And then
get to the sad part of the chapter.
We get to the sad part. Now I was asking myself this question. So I know there was a point where. Was there any buildup to Fedwin Moore losing his sanity? Because I didn't see it here. Did we see it during the battle?
I don't think you see it in the battle, but I think you see it in like earlier in some chapters. Like Rand even makes a note that like Fedwin is starting to talk to himself more and is starting to like not listen as well. So yeah, it's hinted at. It didn't come on like nothing. But yeah, Fedwin, yeah.
So Fedwin basically lost his mind and he's playing with blocks. And I think Min had to get him to play with blocks instead of, what was it? Taking blocks out of the wall or something like that.
Yeah. He was pulling large like bricks out of the wall and playing with them.
So Mazarin Time, we finally see Mazarin Time again. We've barely seen him in the last couple books. He appeared very, very briefly in the beginning of Crown of Swords, right after Dumai's Wells, and he's there, and he's like, "Oh, I'll take care of him," and Rand's like, "No," or he's like, "I'll take care of this one." Rand's like, he is not this one. He is Fedwin Moore, and Rand gives him a drink. And the drink is drugged with a poison and it kills Fedwin.
Yep.
So is this the Darth Rand moment?
I wouldn't really consider this to be a Darth Rand moment because it's a mercy kill at this point, right?
That's what I was thinking. So okay, that's kind of what I was thinking. So
there are much more Darth Rand moments to come.
I'm assuming these Darth Rand moments have something to do with this right here with these traitorous Ashaman. Am I right? Am I right? Read and find out, of course.
Yeah, definitely read and find out. Pretty badass.
The Gathering Storm, chapter 22, is I think the culmination of Darth Rand.
Oh, really? So it goes into Sanderson as well.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. After Demise Wells, it's little things that build up, and then there is one moment that sets it off.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, chapter 50 of the Gathering Storm is when Darth Rand ends.
This is, the betrayal is definitely piling on to that.
Because his general paranoia, I can't really trust anyone.
Yeah. Catswain says it, right? The difference between being hard and being strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you know your engineering, Alex, you know this. Hardness generally comes with being brittle because it's only the surface that's hard. It's not the entire. There's a difference between hardness and strength. If you know material science, so yeah, hardness can break basically.
Yep. Yeah, look at the flowers, Fedwin.
Yeah.
Really sick.
So yeah, this book kind of ends on a downer, but I'm okay with that. I'm honestly okay with that. It's a real cliffhanger right here. So
I always forget, for whatever reason in my head, this book always ends with the Kalandar explosion. I always forget that there's this back 5 chapters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious, it seems like Rand is going to go on an adventure with Min now to hunt these Ashaman.
Yeah, there's a bit.
Min comes with, yeah. But yeah, so now Rand now has the Shanshan, the Rogue Ashaman, the Shido kind of technically.
Forsaken.
Masima kind of technically, the Forsaken kind of technically. So he's got there's 5 large hostile parties now in Randland that basically need to be dealt with. So yeah, there's a lot on this guy. And yeah.
Yeah, and we got 6 more books to find out. So yeah.
Sorry, I was going to say Tim Malinier's comment about he was trying to Fedwin was trying to protect Min. Yeah, I just read the section. Yeah, He says he was trying to make a big tower to keep Min safe in. That's what it says. That's why he was pulling the blocks out of the wall.
Wow. Yeah, that's just such an interesting end to Path of Daggers. So, like I said, I mean, I get why people say this is a slog. I mean, it's very the story is like slows to a crawl. I felt this in Crown of Swords, but there was a lot of stuff I really did like in this, and I really did enjoy just reading it. And there was a lot of things to take away. Even the stuff with some of the Gawain stuff, there was some stuff to take away. Heck, even the Elaine stuff, there was some stuff he took away that I actually enjoyed. So I'm partially with you, Alan. I'm partially with you on that. So, so I already started. Winter's Heart. I'm already.
Egwene's the best.
Egwene's the best.
I mean, Elaine.
I was about to say Egwene. Jeez,
Elaine's the best.
Yeah,
she's
so
my queen.
I already started Winter's Heart, so hopefully, I don't know if I'm going to split this one into. So Path of Daggers, I felt there was enough. There was not enough to split this into 2 parts. Well, maybe I'm wrong now, but we spent 3 hours talking this, but I think this is good enough for Path of Daggers. So Winter's Heart, I don't know yet if there's more meat on this bone. It looks like there is.
Crossroads is definitely one.
Crossroads is definitely one.
Crossroads we can knock out in a 30-minute.
For a 30-minute stream. Okay.
It's like a couple Karen stuff we'll talk about, and then
yeah. So you know what? Thank you guys. Thank you guys for doing this. Alex, it was really good to have you back on. I figure, any final thoughts about Path of Daggers? We'll start with Alan. Yeah, Dave's been gone for a long time. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just excited to move on to the next one. And,
hey guys, what did I miss?
You missed. We're done.
I had to defend Elaine all by myself.
Oh,
and Cadswain.
I had defended Elaine and Cadswain all by myself.
All he had to do a big long walk because he was waddling for a long time.
Oh.
I don't want to bore you with the details, but he did a big dump. But yay!
What is that? You're smiling like I've seen you really smile like that big. Like I feel like once that was when the cancellation got announced.
I know.
Did you get late or something?
No. It's not that tier. It's just I'm pretty fucking happy that what I had a walk objective and it exceeded my objectives, even though I had to use 2 poo bags. So
there you go.
I'm a proud dad of a dog.
And on that note,
you wouldn't understand.
I had 2 Great Danes for a minute there, dog. Yeah.
Those aren't
my
real
uncle
dogs.
has 3 German Shepherds.
Those aren't real dogs.
Great Danes and German Shepherds are real dogs.
No, they're giant poop machines. You wouldn't understand. Sorry.
So Dane, any final thoughts on Path of Daggers? What you thought of the Rand stuff, the Fog of War, Cadswain?
It's difficult for me to remove it from the context in which it was published, right? With all that. But it's not a bad book if you can move right on to the next one. And if you understand, and on a reread, it's definitely not a bad book. If you can go and reappreciate, once it's you're not afraid of looking at spoilers and what everyone else says. There is such an enhanced appreciation of Path of Daggers that comes once you know what the story is fully about. It's right up there, and yeah, the floating like snow. It's fucking horrifying and terrifying and epic.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Alan, did you finish your thought? I'm sorry.
I was interrupted. It's fine. It was just because Dane came back. I was saying I'm just looking forward to rereading the whole series. It's been a very pleasant experience.
Did I tell you what my intention was, Alan? So
you wanted to finish it this year, right?
Yeah, so I want to finish the series this year, but I want to finish the slog. So Winter's Heart and Crossroads of Twilight by August 31st. This is supposed to be my summer. This is my summer. It's my summer task, and then the last four from September to December. So,
but I've liked every book better on a reread, and so I'm just going to be optimistic, and I'm going to enjoy the slog, and maybe I'll even enjoy Crossroads of Twilight, and you can't stop me.
Hey, maybe you'll enjoy a few specific chapters of it.
Yeah, I think Matt gets some fun stuff in that book, right?
Not really.
I said earlier, I actually like the Matt stuff in Crossroads of Twilight. It's not important that much. Well,
no, I think it's fun. I think Matt has some fun stuff in that book. Okay,
yeah, it's fun.
I'm trying to remember.
Is that the one where he gets? Is that the one where he spanks or he gets spanked or something?
Matt spanks a little bit in the.
Matt?
No, I think the spanking is Knife of Dreams, and that's why we all like it.
Yeah,
doesn't Matt spank an Aes Sedai in that book?
Yep.
Knife of Dreams.
That's a good one. That's a good book. I remember Knife of Dreams was one of my favorites.
Knife of Dreams.
I'm looking forward to that one.
So I'm excited.
All right.
I liked this one.
So yes, I'm already about 9% into this. So hopefully, I mean, I'm going to try and see if I can get this done in the next couple of weeks.
Detailed math on that, but
the audiobook tells you.
Oh, okay.
Why you Staple Bow?
Well, Path of Daggers, I like it. It's definitely not my favorite book in the series or anything, but I mean, I enjoy it for what it is. I kind of agree with what everybody else here has said. The Rand chapters are definitely my favorite parts of it. And I mean, even though the ending's definitely a lot less like flashy and crazy than the previous endings, I think that
even though there's lightning flashing throughout the entire sequence. No, I'm kidding.
I still think it works pretty well, and Fedwin's death actually did make me a bit emotional. It was pretty depressing.
Yeah, that happened in the previous book.
What happened in the previous book?
Fedwin Moore died?
No.
Fedwin Moore doesn't.
In this book.
Path of Daggers.
Sorry. At the end. Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about a prologue of.
Oh, you thought?
Never mind.
Of Winter's Heart? No. Not yet.
My bad.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks, Staple Bow. So hopefully in a couple of weeks, I'll reach out to you guys. Whoever's available, we'll go over Winter's Heart. I'm looking forward to reuniting with Matt, and hopefully some questions will be answered in this one. Hopefully Egwene does stuff. I think.
Well, you can only have 1 out of 2.
Okay, Matt. All right, I'll take the Matt stuff.
Good pick.
Yeah. All right.
That's what we all wanted.
Yeah. So other than me, I like Path of Daggers for the most part. I mean, I'm looking forward to finishing the series. So I feel like I'm on a roll now. Just reading. I'm just going, reading back and forth. So, so I just want to thank you guys once again. This has been almost 3.5 hours. Is there anything that you guys want to promote? Let's start with Alan.
Just my regular show on Saturdays, Best Gen. We talk about whatever's on TV and news and stupid stuff.
Isn't that so? You changed from Sunday to Saturday now?
Yeah, we're doing Saturdays.
Okay,
it's easier for some people. So
yeah. So here's the thing. College football's starting soon.
Oh,
so
that's a sport, right?
It is a sport.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can move that earlier.
The ultimate conflict. Nerd stuff versus college football.
We could talk about it offline.
Yeah, offline.
Okay. No, I really do like the change to Saturday. It's much easier.
Okay. All right, Alan. Thanks for joining. I can't wait to hopefully you'll then. How far are you, by the way, in your read?
Me?
Yeah.
I finished this book in my read of the.
Yeah.
What?
If you start Winter's Heart
No,
yet?
I haven't started Winter's Heart.
He's keeping up with you, Brian.
All right. Okay. All right.
I
get it. All right. I get it.
I'm almost done with Deathstalker, and then I can start Winter's Heart. So.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well. All right. Well, I started Winter's Heart. I'll keep you up to speed. Yeah. And if
I have to keep bouncing back and forth between books because I don't know how fast. Sometimes you read fast and sometimes you read slow. So
that's true.
Last time I was halfway through the book and you hadn't started it yet.
Brian,
so.
I'm gonna go watch an episode of Star Trek Voyager like right after this, just so that I can get caught up.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife. So
shut up, Mr. Green from Klub.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Thanks, Alan. What about the White Cloaks? What's going on with the White Cloaks? Anything fun with the White Cloaks?
I need somebody to do a. God, I need to do so many things. But I need somebody to do an Eye of the World reread with me. So I've got my notes for like the first 4 or 5 chapters. So
Alex, you realize we did this already like 2 years ago.
We did, but that was yours. This one's mine.
Oh, okay. So you don't want me for this one?
You can join this one. The way I kind of had it in mind was you read through it and you just pick out like the 10, the 15, however many things you'd like in that chapter.
That's what we did.
I know. The goal is to be overwhelmingly positive.
That's what we did.
I know.
Hey, you can do the Eye of the World comic.
It's all right.
Yeah, I know. The Daniel Green vid.
I'm gonna try and get that done Monday or Tuesday. So.
Oh, the one where he's talking about the casting.
Yeah, the video they did before season 1 came out.
But
remember though, he doesn't like the show. He likes the show unless you say he likes it.
There's a fucking asshat on Twitter that I don't even want to say his name. This guy is just fucking ruining my life. I don't know if you guys fucking saw his tweet today, but oh my fucking god. If you go to the Save Watt campaign, there's this fucking guy
posting every day.
Every fucking day being like, oh, this is the best ever. And he's getting fucking 400 likes on his absolutely retarded takes. I can't fucking stand it. Steve highlighted this.
He's getting reposted by Lesbian Nerdy and What Up.
Shut up. Fuck you. Fuck. Don't even tell. I'm gonna have to make a fucking video. Maybe Alex will help me. We'll work on this, but it's every single fucking day there's more ammo to put into our belt of 50 caliber bullets of why this show is fucking terrible, and he just won't stop.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't fucking stand it.
It's almost like he's taking the bad things about the show and pretending they're good things.
Yeah, it's like he has a spreadsheet of them or something. I don't even know what to.
Maybe
because every good thing he has to say about the show is something that sucks.
Well, that's one way of looking at it, but yeah.
He could be a lurker on our Discord, and he's looking at the tournament bracket, and he's just taking stuff from there. It could be that.
Probably. Yeah, we need to stop giving
boys,
it would be very clever of him to do that.
Yeah. We gotta wrap this up at some point.
All right. Well, what about you? What about you, Stable Bo? What's going on with you? I actually put your channel in the description.
Okay. Yeah. Not much going on for me.
He has a channel.
He does.
I've got a few Bloodborne videos up. All right.
Nice.
Okay.
It kicked my ass.
Yeah, I'm kind of just doing the usual. I've been reading Memories of Arwen Thorn, as Dane knows. I'm on to Green Angel Tower right now, so.
Oh, so you're already on the third. You're already on the final book. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a long ass book.
Yeah,
but
I just got to the part where like they're battling Fengbald's army. So.
Epic.
Yeah.
We're not going to wreck anything for Staple Bro. He's going to be like texting me in like a day or two, being like, "Now I get it." That's all.
Yeah, I want to tackle that after Wheel of Time. I'll tackle that after Wheel of Time. So
this is the Dragonbone chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on my list.
Yeah. No, it's Alan. Well worth reading.
Yeah, no, I'm going to read it eventually. It's just I have to keep rereading these stupid Wheel of Time books to do these streams.
We're almost done. No,
Alan. I get like a new book recommendation every week on my show, and I'm like, guys, I love it, but I can't read this fast.
Yeah, I've been buying more books than reading, so I really got to fucking stop doing that. So,
I think I need with Tad Williams though. I have a friend who loves the Other World. Is that what it's called? Other Worlds?
Yep.
I think I need to read that one first.
It's fair.
But I will eventually read Dragonbone.
Yeah.
All right. For me, so if you're interested in hearing my initial, thoughts on finishing Path of Daggers, I had a Chilporio with Pix Calcus on Friday. I put the link up to it in the description. And also Wheel of Time related. Last week, Miss Martin Muse and me were talking parts of Lord of Chaos, and we're going to continue talking Lord of Chaos this week, I think on Tuesday. And I think we're going to finally talk, because I told her, like, we can't cover Lord of Chaos in an hour, especially the last 7 chapters. So we're probably going to cover the last 7 chapters this week on Tuesday. So tune into her channel, subscribe to her if you haven't. And so hopefully I already started Winter's Heart, and hopefully I'll figure out a schedule for that. So I'll let you guys know. And so subscribe to the Nerdporio Life Forum, and thanks for being here. Eventually I'll do some videos. I've just been too lazy and too tired to make videos. So
all good, man.
For over a year now. That's how crazy it is. So so yeah. All right, gentlemen, chat, thanks for being here. And I have a really short outro. It's the same usual outro that might be connected to a franchise I like. So here you guys go. Right now. Later, everyone.
Later.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.